inspiration. So I hope you enjoyed my very quick update because I just saw this, guys. I had to make a quick video about Christine Brown's and David Woolley's wedding. Stick around because I have much more content coming up with the new episode and some stuff. So stick around, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys!
And I'm like, please say the right thing. Please give her something to hang on to.
Let's take a look at the Sister Wives Season 18 Episode 8 teasers that just dropped. And the first one is shocking. You won't even believe it. Things are getting weird over here. So Mary finally gets the nerve to tell Cody she's downsizing her residence in Flagstaff and moving her clothing business to Utah. She's super nervous because she suspects that Cody won't care, and Robin's in the background just hoping and wishing Cody doesn't mess this up and show how little he cares for Mary. So it's awkward. Cody's response to Mary is, "Cool. That's good, right?" And Robin looks like she did not like the way he just said that so nonchalantly. She cries in her confessional saying, "Please, Cody, give her something to hold on to." I mean, even if there's nothing to hold on to, though, the fact that Robin basically wants Cody to give Mary breadcrumbs of hope so she'll stick around just... it makes me sick. It's terrible. Mary got a divorce for you, Robin. The least you could do is be real with her and let her know the real deal. Or as Robin would say it, the real deal. But that's not all. In an unexpected twist, Mary notices something on Cody's hand that she can just not bring up. So remember that the family used to wear Claddagh rings, and this was their whole thing, and she tells him, "Sorry, I'm distracted by your ring. That's a different ring." And things get tense. I don't think anyone expected her to say that. Robin says, "That's a cool ring, right?" It's awkward, and no one's Johnny Appleseed, if you guys remember. Hunter Elias Brown. Word on the street is that Hunter also lives in Vegas. He works in healthcare. He has his master's in nursing from Johns Hopkins. And he has a girlfriend named Audrey. And this month, Hunter celebrated Audrey's birthday by bringing her to see Kelly Clarkson in concert. Actually, Gabriel and Logan were there too, and Hunter was also at Gwendolyn's wedding holding babies and all that too. He's also a fun uncle. So next, let's go to the oldest daughter of Janelle and Cody, Madison. So Maddie still lives in North Carolina with her husband Caleb and their family. Her baby Josephine, her third child, she calls her Joey, just turned 6 months old. This month, she went on a trip out of town with Caleb and his coworkers, I guess at like some retreat. And she said that apparently their truck was broken into during the night. So fun times, not. Madison sells for Plexus along with her mom, Janelle, and Janelle often visits Maddie, honestly. Actually, they were just together because Janelle went live randomly on Instagram for like just a few minutes to share a story that they were talking about something out loud and couldn't believe that like the next day a coupon came up on their phone for the same thing they were talking about. Cue the conspiracy theories about our phones listening to us. It was a short live and it was interesting, but evidence that Janelle and Maddie were together. Now let's go to Garrison. So Garrison recently went to Italy. I don't know if this was a solo trip or not, but he went to the Colosseum and spent time in Rome. We know that. He's still into photography, and word on the street is that Garrison may have a girlfriend, but he probably wants to keep her off social media. Who knows? I mean, people have varying degrees of needs in terms of privacy, right? Next, let's go to Gabe. So Gabriel is still in Flagstaff. He seems to hang out with Janelle a lot and helps her out with her trailer. very likely still hesitant to me. She didn't really give an answer, but Jen was quick to say, no more polygamy. And I cannot wait until Mary finds someone nice. That will bring me so much joy, honestly. And episode 12 is called Can't See the Forest for the Trees. And this might be a reference to the whole tree debacle with Mary. Who knows? But it says, Christine throws a 1950s themed party for her 50th birthday and admits she's dating again. Cody checks out Janelle's new apartment but realizes she's planning a future without him. Mary worries about big changes in her life with both the BNB and Cody. So a lot of change this season for sure. And I know the show is kind of dark this season. I'll fully admit that, but with some happy moments. I mean, the twins, Peyton's on camera, seeing some of the kids. Garrison is thriving and owning a house. I mean, these things are still positive for me. And stay tuned because I'll have the full recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 11 up as soon as I can this weekend. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye! This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 10. The episode starts with some gentle music and the Coyote Pass woodlands. So Janelle says that she's having an Easter celebration with Christine, and we learned something kind of weird that actually Cody had banned Easter for a long time because he thought it was too pagan. He insisted that they only celebrate Passover. So this is how it went for years and years and years. Mary was fine with giving up Easter, and so was Janelle. And when Robin came into the family, surprise, surprise, she wanted to actually go to her mom's house to celebrate Easter because the kids did celebrate it, and Cody didn't want her to leave. So Christine says that she had a lot of leverage and brought back Easter. So the Easter Bunny can thank Robin. She brought back Easter, and she also brought back earrings, remember? So Christine said maybe she had more leverage because Cody was in love with her. I don't know. And number 8, and something I did not know, is that prior to Robin, on and off, they would talk about maybe having another wife. A couple of women actually wanted to join the family. One of them wanted Cody alone, so that wasn't going to work for them. And one of the others, it was going fine, but abruptly ended for unknown reasons. Like, I don't know. So a little bit of history there. I guess they were more open to having a new wife than I thought initially. I thought they just kind of stumbled upon Robin or something. I'll leave a link to the full interview in my description, but overall, this was such a good interview and juicy scoop, I thought. Let me know if you guys listened to it and what your thoughts are. Maybe, if there's a point that you thought was extra interesting, let me know, and I'll be back with more Sister Wives content. Bye, guys! This is a Sister Wives update for December 2023. We're diving into what Mary, Janelle, Cody, Robin, and Christine are up to this month, and there's a lot of drama and news to talk about. And stay tuned until the end of this video to find out what the family will be doing for Christmas this year. Let's start with Christine. So love is in the air, and Christine is getting her own spin-off, a wedding special. This month, TLC announced that the 2-part special set to air in January will be dedicated to Christine and David's nuptials, which took place on October 7th in Moab, Utah. So we'll get to see Christine finally get her dream wedding, a nice wedding dress, the whole hoopla, and of course Peyton and her dad walked her down the aisle. So part 1 of the special will air on January 7th, followed by part 2 on January 14th, so pretty early on in 2024. And Christine is just taking the world by storm. She was named one of reality TV's top 40 most powerful women by Variety magazine. And none of the other wives were chosen, obviously, and she attended a special dinner and event with other amazing women in reality TV like a lot of the Real Housewives, and me. I gave birth to Truly and was suffering from extreme postpartum depression. I never thought I'd feel such a sense of loss and such crippling jealousy. I thought I was better and stronger than that. I really did. And the jealousy kind of continued. Christine had a major issue with Cody picking Robin's wedding dress, and the fact that they went on a 10-day honeymoon and kissed before marriage. The 10-day honeymoon, by the way, they went on, Christine had a newborn at home, so she was kind of in a vulnerable stage for sure, but I completely understand. For Christine, it was just always super hard for her to see a functional marriage for Robin while hers was kind of struggling, which is completely understandable. It would have driven me nuts too. And therefore, Robin and Christine just never connected or something. And when Christine left the family, she made it clear that she needed space and told Robin that. Robin took it so personally, crying in the driveway and all that. It did not go well. Christine also notoriously called out Robin for having a nanny during the pandemic. She couldn't understand what the nanny actually did. What does the nanny do? The famous line, which makes sense because if you think about it, Christine used to raise like 12 kids and 3 of Robin's kids are fully grown. So the nanny can only really be for the 2, and Robin doesn't have a job, only the show. So she has a bunch of free time. We're assuming, or by perception, it may not be true, but anyways. And finally, let's go to the feud between Cody and his sons Garrison and Gabriel. This one, I would argue, totally caused by Cody getting crazy during the pandemic or something. Or anyways, big conflict there. The whole thing goes that Gabriel insisted that he and his girlfriend Peyton should be able to see each other during the pandemic. And Cody was super worried about it. He basically was saying, if you see your girlfriend, I can't come over and see your mom. Gabriel and Cody were at a complete impasse about the rules, and Gabriel even kind of talked about how he thought maybe Robin made up the rules. It was a whole thing. And then Cody called Gabriel when he was sick, have, a wide ranging of opinions about things. In such a big family, there's bound to be very different views on everything and different lifestyles. And the Browns are no different. They also have tons of family drama, like most families, let's not lie. But most of them actually do well for themselves and are succeeding in life. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Bye, guys! This Sister Wives update is a deep dive about Robin and Janelle's feud, their shady moments towards each other. We've all seen those moments. Although things seem much worse between them last season, they've always had a tense relationship full of subtle shade, almost like frenemies. Let's start from the beginning. In the first few seasons, Janelle seemed pretty icy about Robin. She was most worried about the fact that Robin didn't work and that now their finances had to go even further to support her and her 3 kids. That was a whole episode they did on finances, and that was a very Janelle thing to worry about. Let's also not forget that they had struggled pretty bad with finances in the past. Mykelti even said that when she was little, they would basically eat food scraps in Wyoming, or bread scraps or whatever. But overall, we saw Janelle kind of try with Robin in the early years. She seemed to just kind of go with it, but wasn't super eager to be BFFs or anything. In a season 2, episode 2 episode, when they're in Wyoming at Cody's parents' ranch, hiding from the paparazzi, there was a shady moment already. The kids were at this big rock exploring. It's a huge rock. They're all climbing on it. Robin's yelling at her kids, "Get down! Sit down!" And Janelle says she was trying not to laugh at Robin. She clearly was judging her, and Robin says she's tired of being the referee and that the other wives don't care unless the kids are bleeding. So clearly just different approaches and some shade thrown. When Robin announced that she was pregnant, this would have been with Solomon in Vegas. And according to Google, is a personality trait that denotes cunningness, the ability to be manipulative, and a drive to use whatever means necessary to gain power. Okay, don't know if I agree with that. I don't know where he came up with that even, but yeah, he says all sorts of things in those confessionals. Cody says that he had evil thoughts about Christine and says it's so like nonchalant, just like, hey, I've had evil thoughts about you. Fun times. And that it had to do with her ruining his big picture, which is a very familiar narrative to what Robin is always saying, the porch thing, remember? So maybe he and Robin wanted to all sit on the porch. I thought the porch was like just the sister wives. Anyways, then Christine calls him the heck out, and this is the best point in the teaser for sure. She says that his actions are actually to blame. You just can't stay at one person's house and expect the big picture of a big happy family to still be there. It's true. The big picture porch thing is such a fantasy, it's not even funny. All of the people in the family, you know, if you count all of them, there's so many people that actually don't even have relationships. So it's just not a happy family. So here are the official descriptions for episode 2 and episode 3, which just dropped. So episode 2 is called Thanks for Nothing. And it says, Christine and Cody struggle to keep things cordial. Then, Cody regrets the family being separated at Thanksgiving, and Peyton updates Christine on a situation between the kids and Robin. While Aurora gets her ears pierced, Cody reveals part of his past. OMG, Peyton makes an appearance in this one. Did not see this coming. So I'm kind of excited for that. And we have not seen Aurora a lot on the show lately, so I guess, yeah, we'll just kind of see. I guess she's getting her ears pierced. That must be like the light segment in the episode. Episode 3 is called Throwing Stones in Glass Houses. And it says Cody vents to his friends about his ongoing anger over his divorce. Janelle's son, bam, direct shade right at Cody. Now it gets even darker, believe it or not, with Cody literally saying something he probably should have told his therapist, not national television, but he wonders what happened to him when he feels relief when a woman is leaving him. He says he just wants to be a DICK for a little bit, and he has this big urge to be mean, and he's fighting it. He doesn't like who he is anymore, and says, I should just be the devil she thinks I am now. He says that he's thought about running away, changing his name, and starting over, but he says that his 2 younger kids love him back, and that's what's stopping him. The fact that he says only those 2 younger ones loving him back are stopping him is scary, honestly, because he has so many other family members. Like, what about them? Mary says, I think he regrets marrying me and Christine, not sure about Janelle. I mean, that is such a sad thing to say. I wonder if he told her that or something. Like, why would she just blurt that out, you know? Maybe, I guess it's her opinion. Christine and Janelle have their kids together in a vacation rental. There's like this moment where they're throwing snow at each other. Gabriel says, we have a whole relationship with Christine and her kids. Gabe feels like Cody and Robin didn't make enough of an effort. He feels neglected. And Robin flips it and says, while crying, Janelle's boys did not want to be around us. And that's heartbreaking. If I thought they were open to it, I would have pushed. Why not push anyway? Because that's just the right thing to do. Mykelti, Truly, and Isabel actually ended up going over to Cody and Robin's, and Mykelti apparently has made it clear that she's neutral, she's the bridge, so she probably brought her siblings over for a visit. I think they actually ended up sleeping over, but at least they did get some time with Cody. I don't know about Savannah, like, where's Savannah? She was a minor, and she didn't get her time with Cody. So that was weird. But anyways, that is my recap for season 18. Tony says that the fact that they'll still get together for big family events means there's hope or something, and that there's something there, quote unquote. And they count down, and Mykelti basically blasts herself with blue in the face. It actually looks painful. I was worried. She looked blinded for a second there, but 2 boys, and that's super exciting. Cody makes sure to say he'd be just as excited if they were 2 girls. I don't fully buy that, though, because Cody, to me, always kind of favored boys, maybe. He then says, I see a bad moon arising. You know, like the song. Anyways, if you know that song, I mean, everybody knows that song, but bad moon arising. I don't know if that was the right thing to say in this moment. The joke does not land. Some people kind of laugh awkwardly, like Hunter here, and Cody admits that the whole thing is just bittersweet. Next teaser, Christine admits that Cody was the first boy she ever kissed, and that actually her first kiss was after they got married, which is probably why she got mad when Cody and Robin sealed their engagement with the kiss in season 1. Do you guys remember? Christine did not appreciate that. Probably because, Cody probably made this rule for her that they wouldn't kiss. And Christine is now brave enough to think, you know what, maybe dating could be good, but also admits that she doesn't really go out or anything, so, how is it gonna happen? Tony proposes. Tony is so funny in this scene, though. His advice is just classic. He says that maybe she should call herself Tina on the dating apps. And Mitch is concerned about the types of people she could find. And he thinks it should be farmers only. The husband's chiming in is just everything here. Tina? Really? And this is Isabel's goodbye dinner or something, and Mykelti and Tony say something like Christine should get reacquainted with her body because it takes practice. Really? They mean well, but I guess they're just really comfortable just blurting things like this out on national television, telling their mother have, a wide ranging of opinions about things. In such a big family, there's bound to be very different views on everything and different lifestyles, and the Browns are no different. They also have tons of family drama, like most families, let's not lie. But most of them actually do well for themselves and are succeeding in life. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Bye, guys! This Sister Wives update is a deep dive about Robin and Janelle's feud, their shady moments towards each other. We've all seen those moments. Although things seem much worse between them last season, they've always had a tense relationship full of subtle shade, almost like frenemies. Let's start from the beginning. In the first few seasons, Janelle seemed pretty icy about Robin. She was most worried about the fact that Robin didn't work and that now their finances had to go even further to support her and her 3 kids. That was a whole episode they did on finances, and that was a very Janelle thing to worry about. Let's also not forget that they had struggled pretty bad with finances in the past. Mykelti even said that when she was little, they would basically eat food scraps in Wyoming, or bread scraps or whatever. But overall, we saw Janelle kind of try with Robin in the early years. She seemed to just kind of go with it, but wasn't super eager to be BFFs or anything. In a season 2, episode 2 episode, when they're in Wyoming at Cody's parents' ranch, hiding from the paparazzi, there was a shady moment already. The kids were at this big rock exploring. It's a huge rock. They're all climbing on it. Robin's yelling at her kids, "Get down! Sit down!" And Janelle says she was trying not to laugh at Robin. She clearly was judging her, and Robin says she's tired of being the referee and that the other wives don't care unless the kids are bleeding. So clearly just different approaches and some Shade thrown. When Robin announced that she was pregnant, this would have been with Solomon in Vegas. I mean, that's great. Hallelujah. I mean, but at the same time, isn't it kind of like a tradition to see that happen? Honestly, maybe it would have pepped things up and made things less awkward. I don't know. Alright guys, thanks so much for listening the whole way through. I'll be back with more updates. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think of all this. Bye guys! This is a part 2 July 2023 Sister Wives update plus a Hunter Brown update. This is what happens when the day after my July 2023 Sister Wives update, the whole family posts like a million pictures. So I have to do part 2 now. So Gwendolyn and Bea got married this weekend, and it resulted in probably an awkward party at a place called the Mayor Flagstaff, which has a rooftop patio. So the whole family was there, despite the crazy tension between some of them, minus 2 of Janelle's kids, Maddie and Savannah, who are in North Carolina, and Gwen's brother, Peyton. Mykelti's kids were basically the stars of the whole reception, literally going from arm to arm to arm. They were with Hunter, they were with Logan and Michelle, they were with Robin and Cody, and they're just so cute. And in a way, you know, kids help bring everyone together. Logan and Hunter were competing for fun uncle status, I think. That's the vibe I get. Logan and Hunter are basically the MVPs of the family. I wonder what their relationship with Cody is. That's not really, like, public, but I could see them kind of siding with Garrison and Gabriel. All the wives were in one place, but Cody and Robin seemed to stay in the background, and they were not in a big family photo that was taken, but David was. We saw Robin in a video holding a child in the background. I think maybe it was Mykelti's daughter Avalon, and Cody is seen here like giving one of Mykelti's boys a bottle. So yeah, he was just kind of like in the back, but he showed up, and showing up is important despite there's more, and most importantly, my wedding dress. Please reach out and DM me your info if you're in Utah, local designer, artist, or owner, and can help me with my wedding. So excited to plan this blessed day with David by my side. Anyways, so at this rate, I literally would not be shocked if the wedding is like next month or next week. Anyways, it's coming. I just hope Christine finds a wedding dress she likes this time, and that her wedding isn't sad like she described it with Cody. She deserves the best wedding ever. Such a whirlwind, guys. Seems like she's planning already. This wedding is imminent, and I'm sure will be filmed. I mean, they have to film it. And that begs the question, you know, who's going to attend? Who's going to be there? I mean, my money is not on Cody and Robin. Mary, I don't know. Like, I don't think so. But probably the older kids and Janelle for sure. And although we don't know how Cody and Robin took the news, people are reacting to this engagement. Janelle said, "Yay!" And Mykelti clearly seemed supportive. Gwendolyn posted something about twinsies because now they're both engaged at the same time. Seems like fans are mostly happy for Christine, but there are some that think maybe things are like moving quickly. On Reddit, someone had said, "And for God's sakes, don't let Cody officiate." Can you imagine how cringeously delicious that would be though? And for sure, don't let Cody dance at her wedding. I mean, I like the Brown family dancing though, it's entertaining, but I really doubt Cody's gonna be there. That would be like almost like inappropriate, right? Everyone would be thinking like, knife in the kidneys. Anyways, someone else said, "Oh, I hope so. I hope they filmed him propose, film the wedding planning, film the wedding, and hopefully they get at least an 11-day honeymoon in a better location than San Diego." So this actually made me laugh because remember the hoopla with Robin and Cody needing this 10-day honeymoon while she was pregnant? It was like a whole thing. So yeah, like time for Christine's 10-day honeymoon somewhere cool. Christine is very much in the seize the moment type of mindset. Her taxes. Notice she's not saying the family's taxes. She's doing her own. So maybe Cody and Robin got their own accountant now. But she got her highlighters ready. But just like all of us, she's procrastinating on that. She says, "It's tax prep weekend for me. Ready to get my stuff prepped for my accountant." And yes, I love highlighters for paperwork. But the interesting phenomenon is, as soon as I begin this task, all of a sudden, the closet cleaning projects, and room organizing that haven't been on the priority list become urgent and interesting. Same girl, same. We are all on the procrastination bandwagon. So this month, Janelle was also at Gwen's wedding in Flagstaff. Most of her kids were there except for her two girls, Maddie and Savannah. But she did see Maddie and Savannah because we know that Janelle had to go get Savannah from Maddie in North Carolina and bring her all the way home. And we also saw Janelle and Maddie go live to discuss how Janelle thinks her phone is listening to her, because when they were talking about something, she got a coupon for it on her phone randomly. This was like a Janelle conspiracy theory mode live. It was short, but it was highly entertaining. And, you know, they probably do listen to us. Like, let's not lie. And also, we potentially got a first look at Gabriel's new girlfriend, unless I'm totally spacing out, but I don't think I've seen this girl before. Anyways, there is a girl in this picture sitting on Gabriel's lap, and Gabriel was here hanging out with Hunter and Logan and some friends. And now, let's go to Mary. Mary mentioned on Fridays with Friends that she's probably going to New York soon. She also recently went to her parents' gravesite and shared her feelings with Instagram, which was sad. She said, "Quick pit stop on today's travels. Miss these two amazing humans. Miss their wisdom, their laughter, their love. Nothing feels as lonely some days as when you don't have mom and dad with you. Nothing can replace them. So many sweet memories of them will live on, and hopefully I can share a small spark of their light with the world." Mary also posted something doing recaps. August 20th, guys, mark your calendars. It's Sister Wives time. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. This is a Sister Wives deep dive about every house Cody, Mary, Janelle, Robin, and Christine have lived in since 2010. So since starting to film the show Sister Wives, the Browns have lived in over 15 houses combined. They've moved a lot, so let's take a quick tour of everywhere they've lived and watch until the very end for details about Christine's brand new house in Utah. In the meantime, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives updates. At first, when we were introduced to the Browns, they shared one large house in Lehi, Utah, and by all appearances, they seemed like a functional, happy family living under one roof. We had no idea how badly everything would unravel. The house was over 6,000 square feet, with 3 separate apartments all connected on the inside. So it was 3 apartments that had their own entrances, kitchens, laundry rooms, and master bedrooms. So each wife had their own space, and the house was actually designed for a plural family. We know that Christine really actually hated living on the lower floor, also called the basement, and her experiences there led to her saying heck no when Cody wanted to live in one big house again down the road years later. Janelle felt that Mary was restricting access to her area or even her stairs in Lehi for the children, and that also seemed to be like a point of conflict. But early in the show they didn't talk about that. It's only later that we found out. The Browns ended up leaving the Lehi house in a hurry when they thought the police were investigating them for polygamy. In 2011, they packed their bags and basically ran away. to Las Vegas, where they embarked on a new adventure in a new state. Cody had pitched it as like a fun place full of games for the kids, but they started struggling immediately living apart. They were but I wouldn't blame Savannah for having like PTSD from that time. They were like off grid and had to fill their own water bottle jugs of water or whatever. So anyways, Janelle also joined Christine and David on this off-roading adventure in Moab, Utah with Savannah, which looked like a really fun time, and like Janelle kind of getting out of her comfort zone or something. So now let's talk about Mary. So Mary has been making these inspirational TikToks with little like peppy music. It's like kind of a similar style to someone called Mel Robbins, who's like an inspirational person. Mary basically says that judgment on social media comments can affect her mood, and she remembers that there will always be someone who doesn't see your worth. And this is the type of post Mary's been kind of putting out lately, just to give you an idea. It says, when you're lost or the road of life has taken you down an unknown road, just stop. Stop so you can redirect. Stop so you can make a new plan. Just pause for a moment to reset your inner GPS and get going on your new path to your amazing new destination. Hashtag worthy up. So yeah, we should all worthy up for sure. And there is also an interesting story this month that came from Gwendolyn. So on Gwendolyn's YouTube channel, she had said that her teacher back in the day wanted to date Cody or something, which is crazy. She said, there was a serious problem with women just wanting my dad. Oh my gosh. I had a teacher at one point. I had to switch classes because she was so creepy about it. Garrison had her longer. She was weird, so weird. I could tell you stories about her. She wasted half of an entire class just gossiping with me about how much she loved my family. And I'm like, I'm just trying to learn Spanish, lady. So can you imagine? She had to switch classes back in the day. Wow, okay. And with that, I also have a complete update on what Christine has been up to this month, which is why I did not babble on about probably. Hooray! We know that she was seen with moving trucks in Utah and that she probably relocated there, but we don't really know the full story on this. So it'll be interesting about how that plays out. And I think, from other spoilers, Robin is not going to react well to this. So we need to stay tuned, and I'll be back with a recap for this one, Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 5. Bye, guys!
I'm stuck. Financially, I have nothing. Christine had the house, I have nothing. My name is on property with everybody else. Probably nobody will cooperate now and play ball. FF.
This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 4. The episode is called A Deal with the Devil. In this episode, Cody says he feels like running away, Janelle cries about her finances, and Mary says Cody regrets marrying her. It's the most depressing Christmas ever. It's raining and gloomy in Flagstaff, and it's the aftermath of the shut the F up fight between Janelle and Cody from last week. Janelle thinks Cody's trying to get rid of her. She's super depressed about it and cries to the camera about how she's stuck financially and that she has nothing. She says, I am 50 and I can't do my own thing. She's tied up with the family for Coyote Pass, and she doesn't think they'll play ball. Cody says that he's mad as hell and that Janelle's the mean one. Oh yeah, Janelle's the mean one. I'll just say it. The fact that Janelle has nothing financially, yet is the one who worked from 6 a.m. to God knows when for years when they were in Utah, and Robin, who has never worked, is sitting pretty in her $1 million home with her freaking Charles Dickens Christmas houses is beyond a travesty. They better give Janelle what she's owed. That was such an irritating... I can't believe it. A real moment for Janelle, although a bit too zoomed in, but I really felt doing recaps. August 20th, guys, mark your calendars. It's Sister Wives time. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! This is a Sister Wives deep dive about every house Cody, Mary, Janelle, Robin, and Christine have lived in since 2010. So since starting to film the show Sister Wives, the Browns have lived in over 15 houses combined. They've moved a lot, so let's take a quick tour of everywhere they've lived and watch until the very end for details about Christine's brand new house in Utah. In the meantime, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives updates. At first, when we were introduced to the Browns, they shared one large house in Lehi, Utah, and by all appearances, they seemed like a functional, happy family living under one roof. We had no idea how badly everything would unravel. The house was over 6,000 square feet, with 3 separate apartments all connected on the inside. So it was 3 apartments that had their own entrances, kitchens, laundry rooms, and master bedrooms. So each wife had their own space, and the house was actually designed for a plural family. We know that Christine really actually hated living on the lower floor, also called the basement, and her experiences there led to her saying heck no when Cody wanted to live in one big house again down the road years later. Janelle felt that Mary was restricting access to her area or even her stairs in Lehi for the children, and that also seemed to be like a point of conflict, but early in the show they didn't talk about that. It's only later that we found out. The Browns ended up leaving the Lehi house in a hurry when they thought the police were investigating them for polygamy. In 2011, they packed their bags and basically ran away to Las Vegas, where they embarked on a new adventure in a new state. Cody had pitched it as a fun place full of games for the kids, but they started struggling immediately living apart. They were asked her to ask or call her. There were also fans who thought that Gwendolyn kind of low-key shaded Christine in a video about her parenting a little while ago. Anyways, how many feuds can one family have? We don't know why Gwen didn't go. I'm sure she'll reveal it. But having 18 kids with 18 personalities is definitely messy. OK Magazine said that a publication is claiming that Mary actually does not have an Arizona address, even though she told Robin and Cody, remember, that she would get one to keep in touch or whatever. Apparently, they're saying that Mary's only address listed is the BNB. If that's true, I hope that's right. You all know how I feel about the Mary and Robin toxic relationship and how I'm upset about it. And in more wedding news, a ton of wedding pictures came out, guys. And one thing that was confirmed is that Isabel actually does have a boyfriend. This was soft launched on Instagram. And also Mykelti kind of confirmed it too on her Patreon. So cat's out of the bag. Isabel is in a relationship. And they look really cute together, honestly. And there were other couples there at the wedding. There was Hunter and Audrey, and Mykelti also said that, maybe they'll be the next ones to get married. And there was Logan and Michelle, and I don't know, I guess they're all growing up, getting married. I didn't see Gabriel's girlfriend with him, so I don't know what's happening with that one. I mean, people break up, so maybe they did. I don't know really what's going on there. But everyone looked really happy. Mykelti said that they all had to wear fall colors, so they had very fallish dresses like burnt orange and things like that. And it was just it seemed like a very lovely event. Alright guys, so thanks for listening the whole way through. If you like this video, like it, and don't forget to subscribe. I have so much more content on Sister Wives coming up, including Season 9 full recap coming through soon. Bye guys!
Why are you so weird?
I'm the weird one. I'm trying to get Mary to tell Cody that
From that too, please bring Mary into the spin-off conversation. And finally, an E! News teaser. They released a clip showing kind of the beginnings of the Janelle and Cody big fight scene. We're all definitely tuning in for this in episode 3, and the conversation is a lot about the boys, and Janelle is really standing up for herself here. She's triggered by Cody putting the blame on her and explicitly telling her, you know, this is on you, Janelle, which is of course not true. So Janelle says that Cody should call the boys and talk to them. Why is he putting her in the middle of everything? She says he's the parent too. Cody says the phone goes both ways. Okay, but I mean, Cody's the parent. I would not expect my kid to call me to resolve things. That's kind of weird. Janelle says, you always flip these things on me. And he says, it belongs on you, Janelle. Oh, dang. Janelle was not ready or did not want to accept that at all. She then says, why does it belong on me? Why does it belong on me? Oh no, like things are going, you can see things are going downhill from here. And he says, because you didn't support my stand when we had the virus rules. I mean, biggest eye roll ever. This again? Can we not about the rules? I just cannot. The dang rules about wiping your mail. I mean, come on. Janelle says that he had told her at the time to choose her loyalty or she wouldn't have a husband. So she says, what am I supposed to do? Choose between you and my children? Cody says, you're gaslighting me. And Janelle says, no, you're gaslighting me. Gaslighting is such a buzzword right now. I don't even know. And Janelle is like, whatever I did, it just was not good enough. And then that clip stops, but we know things escalate, and I can see how. Now it's another clip. Okay, so there's so many teasers, it's really hard to keep track, but there's actually a clip posted, I think it's anyways, on another website, and then it links to a TLC clip where Cody says, followed by more epic training. Yep. It looks like on day 2 there was some working out happening and inspiration. She said, after a good workout, we did a little more sightseeing and shopping. This place is amazing, y'all. P.S. If anyone knows where I can get my hands on a cute Paddington figurine like this one, only quite a bit smaller, please let me know. I'm obsessed. Okay, so it is the Paddington bear obsession. That's so interesting. Mary talked about how excited she was for her trip on Fridays with Friends with Jen, and it seems like a good time for her to get away, and it looks like these retreats really make Mary feel good and stay positive, so I'm all for it. Might also mean that she's done filming for a while, perhaps, or done for the season. I don't know, but Danelle Delgado, by the way, I've seen Mary talk about her before, and she is well known for training entrepreneurs, and she's also a motivational speaker, I believe. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my Mary update about her trip to the UK. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! On Sister Wives, the Brown family has had a crazy amount of drama, but nothing compares to the drama in the feuds in the family. In this video, I'll be taking an in-depth look at 4 major feuds on Sister Wives. They are Mary versus Janelle, Peyton versus two of his sisters, Cody versus Gabriel and Garrison, and of course, we have a Christine versus Robin situation. But before I dive in, please subscribe and like this video, right now. Let's start with Mary and Janelle. Janelle and Mary's feud dates back to like the 90s. Janelle was married to Mary's brother, Adam, and when their marriage ended, sparks began to fly, and Cody and Janelle started courting. So immediately, Janelle said that when she met Cody, she had the strangest feeling and felt as if she had forgotten something and suddenly remembered it. Kind of like how people describe, soulmate situations. It's been said everyone's doing their own thing, but I have never seen or heard of a 7-year-old who still has a pacifier. Never seen it. So let me know in the comments if this is something that you've seen before. Janelle's in a vacation rental with her boys and Savannah. There is this sadness that Cody's not showing up, and Janelle actually told the kids that they had a fight and that things were not well, and the kids were not surprised. Savannah says that Christmas was quiet but kind of nice, and Gabriel actually enjoyed it more than he thought. Cuts to Cody that says that Janelle is out of sight, out of mind, and that my loyal wife wants something special, so I'm blocking everything else. Of course, emphasis on loyal. Cody just does not give a you-know-what anymore. The gloves are off. Like, that was such shade. Since when is Janelle not loyal? I don't know. Anyways, they're having crepes, and there's this way too long segment about what Cody puts in his crepe. He calls it a French burrito, and it's disgusting. Like, did not need this fluff. Nathan and Cody now go on a drive with no destination. They're just driving around, and trust me, it kind of gets dark. Nathan says that his wife and Mary are sisters. Actually, we knew this. He's had 2 wives. The second wife actually ended up leaving him. So Cody and Nathan are bonding over this. Cody wonders if he can adjust to having a smaller family. He says, "Can I be monogamous?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, you still have a big family no matter what happens in your marriage. Like, you have all these kids. It's not like you have a smaller family. So I don't know really what he means here. He says that he courted Robin and Mary, but he had requirements for Janelle and Christine because they asked to be part of the family. "There will be other wives and you will be committed to me," were the requirements, I guess. And bam, during the episode, Christine came in hot and posted this to her Instagram. It said, "It's really nice to be with someone who doesn't have any special requirements before we get married. I love being loved for who I am. Have, a wide ranging of opinions about things." I mean, in such a big family, there's bound to be very different views on everything and different lifestyles. And the Browns are no different. They also have tons of family drama, like most families, let's not lie. But most of them actually do well for themselves and are succeeding in life. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Bye, guys! This Sister Wives update is a deep dive about Robin and Janelle's feud, their shady moments towards each other. I mean, we've all seen those moments. Although things seem much worse between them last season, they've always had a tense relationship full of subtle shade, almost like frenemies. Let's start from the beginning. In the first few seasons, Janelle seemed pretty icy about Robin. She was most worried about the fact that Robin didn't work and that now their finances had to go even further to support her and her 3 kids. That was a whole episode they did on finances, and that was a very Janelle thing to worry about. Let's also not forget that they had struggled pretty bad with finances in the past. Mykelti even said that when she was little, they would basically eat food scraps in Wyoming, or bread scraps or whatever. But overall, we saw Janelle kind of try with Robin in the early years. She seemed to just kind of like go with it, but wasn't like super eager to be BFFs or anything. In a season 2, episode 2 episode, when they're in Wyoming at Cody's parents' ranch, hiding from the paparazzi, there was a shady moment already. The kids were at this big rock exploring. It's a huge rock. They're all climbing on it. Robin's yelling at her kids, "Get down! Sit down!" And Janelle says she was trying not to laugh at Robin. She clearly was judging her, and Robin says she's tired of being the referee and that the other wives don't care unless the kids are bleeding. So clearly just different approaches and some shade thrown. When Robin announced that she was pregnant, this would have been with Solomon in Vegas. I gave birth to Truly and was suffering from extreme postpartum depression. I never thought I'd feel such a sense of loss and such crippling jealousy. I thought I was better and stronger than that. I really did. And the jealousy kind of continued. Christine had a major issue with Cody picking Robin's wedding dress and the fact that they went on a 10-day honeymoon and kissed before marriage. The 10-day honeymoon, by the way, they went on, Christine had a newborn at home, so she was kind of in a vulnerable stage for sure, but I completely understand. For Christine, it was just always super hard for her to see a functional marriage for Robin while hers was kind of struggling, which is completely understandable. It would have driven me nuts too. And therefore, Robin and Christine just never connected or something. And when Christine left the family, she made it clear that she needed space and told Robin that. Robin took it so personally, crying in the driveway and all that. It did not go well. Christine also notoriously called out Robin for having a nanny during the pandemic. She couldn't understand what the nanny actually did. What does the nanny do? The famous line, which makes sense because if you think about it, Christine used to raise like 12 kids and 3 of Robin's kids are fully grown. So the nanny can only really be for the 2, and Robin doesn't have a job, only the show. So she has a bunch of free time. We're assuming, or by perception, it may not be true, but anyways. And finally, let's go to the feud between Cody and his sons Garrison and Gabriel. This one, I would argue, totally caused by Cody getting crazy during the pandemic or something. Or anyways, big conflict there. The whole thing goes that Gabriel insisted that he and his girlfriend Peyton should be able to see each other during the pandemic. And Cody was super worried about it. He basically was saying, if you see your girlfriend, I can't come over and see your mom. Gabriel and Cody were at a complete impasse about the rules, and Gabriel even kind of talked about how he thought maybe Robin made up the rules. It was a whole thing. And then Cody called Gabriel when he was sick. Mary clarified her sexuality, and Cody's probably not having a good month, just saying. So let's start with the fact that David mocked and threw shade at Cody by throwing Christine and Nacho birthday party. So you guys may remember that 10 years ago at a Sister Wives Tell-All, Cody said that he was straight up disgusted by Christine eating chili nachos in the backseat of his car before they got married. And he was so grossed out that he almost called off the wedding because of the whole thing. There's this disturbing clip on YouTube about it, and you can tell that Christine was really embarrassed and hurt at the time when he was saying this. Well, David, Christine's new fiancé, did his research and took a shot at Cody by hosting a nacho birthday party for Christine. He even hung little nachos on the wall, guys, and said, "Happy birthday! I love eating nachos with you, my queen." Oh, the shade. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think he means that, you know what? He does not care if she eats nachos or not. She's beautiful regardless. And another knife in the kidneys for Cody, probably. And something tells me, just kind of based on this, the subtle shade, that David and Cody probably won't be hanging out anytime soon. Not sure if they're going to interact on the show or how that's gonna go. The nacho event was for Christine's birthday, and her daughters also brought their mom out. Looks like it was Isabel and McKelty were with her, and then she blew out her candles at the restaurant. Christine turned 51 April 18th. Her zodiac sign is Aries. Fun fact. This was a huge month for Christine. I cannot emphasize this enough. Her life is on a fast track. She got engaged to David after months of dating this month. They bought a freaking house together in Lehigh, and their wedding is probably going to happen very soon. I've seen reports that it's possible that most of the family, including Janelle, found out online that Christine was said, "What the heck? You wouldn't have a family. You wouldn't have your children." In the whole "how dare you" type of reaction. And he thinks that he should have said something like, he knows it's hard and that he loves her. I guess he thinks he didn't show her grace in that. And Christine responds to that. I guess the producers told her what he said. And she says, "No, it's not about polygamy. It's that I did everything he wanted and tried so hard, and when I needed him or his help, he said no." So that teaser was a lot. The next teaser is from Entertainment Tonight, and it's a conversation between Mary, Robin, and Cody. They're still outside, spoiler alert, so I guess they're really not filming inside of Cody and Robin's home at this point. I don't know why, it's not really addressed. Cody asks Mary, "Well, how do you want to do Christmas Eve, Mary?" And Mary opens up that she has no idea because she feels like she's in this really weird position. She's not in the Cody and Robin married club. She's not in the Janelle and Christine friendship club. She just kind of feels like a third wheel that's kind of trying to make it work or salvage something. She says, "I don't know what to do." Robin is thinking there could be a fight between the boys and Cody at Christmas, and that's scary. A physical fight, or is she scared they'll exchange words? I think it's scary that they don't talk at all, to be honest. I'd rather them kind of have some type of conversation, even if it is kind of a fight. I think maybe Robin knows that the boys will probably have words for her too if they come to Christmas. Maybe that's what she's scared of. Okay, so let's talk about Mary, because this is why I do feel really bad for Mary. She does seem like the odd woman out somehow. She has for a while, and she basically brought all of these women into her relationship now to be kicked out of the group like nothing. So no thank you. And everyone's talking about having a Janelle and Christine spinoff, but what about Mary? Is she being excluded from that too? Please bring Mary into the spinoff conversation. And finally, an E! News teaser. They released a clip showing kind of the beginnings of the Janelle and Cody big fight scene. We're all definitely tuning in for this in episode 3, and the conversation is a lot about the boys, and Janelle is really standing up for herself here. She's triggered by Cody putting the blame on her and explicitly telling her, this is on you, Janelle, which is of course not true. So Janelle says that Cody should call the boys and talk to them. Why is he putting her in the middle of everything? She says he's the parent too. Cody says the phone goes both ways. Okay, but Cody's the parent. I would not expect my kid to call me to resolve things. That's kind of weird. Janelle says, "You always flip these things on me." And he says, "It belongs on you, Janelle." Oh, dang. Janelle was not ready or did not want to accept that at all. She then says, "Why does it belong on me? Why does it belong on me?" Oh no, you can see things are going downhill from here. And he says, "Because you didn't support my stand when we had the virus rules." Biggest eye roll ever. This again? Can we not about the rules? I just cannot. The dang rules about wiping your mail. Come on. Janelle says that he had told her at the time to choose her loyalty or she wouldn't have a husband. So she says, what am I supposed to do? Choose between you and my children? Cody says, you're gaslighting me. And Janelle says, no, you're gaslighting me. Gaslighting is such a buzzword right now. I don't even know. And Janelle is like, whatever I did, it just was not good enough. And then that clip stops, but we know things escalate, and I can see how. Now it's another clip. Okay, so there's so many teasers, it's really hard to keep track, but there's actually a clip posted, I think it's like, anyways, on another website, and then it links to a TLC clip where Cody says, bam, direct shade right at Cody. Now it gets even darker, believe it or not, with Cody literally saying something he probably should have told his therapist, not national television, but he wonders what happened to him when he feels relief when a woman is leaving him. He says he just wants to be a DICK for a little bit, and he has this big urge to be mean, and he's fighting it. He doesn't like who he is anymore, and says, I should just be the devil she thinks I am now. He says that he's thought about running away, changing his name, and starting over, but he says that his 2 younger kids love him back, and that's what's stopping him. The fact that he says only those 2 younger ones loving him back are stopping him is scary, honestly, because he has so many other family members. Like, what about them? Mary says, I think he regrets marrying me and Christine, not sure about Janelle. I mean, that is such a sad thing to say. I wonder if he told her that or something. Like, why would she just blurt that out, you know? Maybe, I guess it's her opinion. Christine and Janelle have their kids together in a vacation rental. There's like this moment where they're throwing snow at each other. Gabriel says, we have a whole relationship with Christine and her kids. Gabe feels like Cody and Robin didn't make enough of an effort. He feels neglected. And Robin flips it and says, while crying, Janelle's boys did not want to be around us. And that's heartbreaking. If I thought they were open to it, I would have pushed. Why not push anyway? Because that's just the right thing to do. Mykelti, Truly, and Isabel actually ended up going over to Cody and Robin's, and Mykelti apparently has made it clear that she's neutral, she's the bridge, so she probably brought her siblings over for a visit. I think they actually ended up sleeping over, but at least they did get some time with Cody. I don't know about Savannah, like, where's Savannah? She was a minor, and she didn't get her time with Cody, so that was weird. But anyways, that is my recap for season 18. Yes to doing unexpected things, saying yes to building businesses while having fun, saying yes to the unexpected, saying yes to a week of clarity and personal growth, saying yes to getting to see my lifelong obsession, London, here I come. So what is she talking about, lifelong obsession? Do you think she's talking about the royal family? Does Mary follow all the drama with the royals? What is the lifelong obsession? That's my question. Here's what she posted about what she did her first day, along with pictures. So she said, first day in London complete, 7:30 a.m. Arrival left plenty of time to get some sightseeing in. I'm a huge Paddington fan, so of course Paddington Station was on top of my list. Okay, so is that the obsession? Seriously. I had some mixed emotions about Buckingham Palace. Pretty awesome place to visit, and also felt very awkward to parade in front of someone's home and take a picture just to say I had been there. I was surprised at the uncomfortable emotions that came up to me. The walk through the park and Princess Diana Memorial Walk was beautiful. Lots of green and blooming floral. This little critter was so cute, jumped right up on the fence as I walked past and let me get super close to him as I had a little conversation with him. So there you have it. Mary, day 1, had a conversation with the squirrel. Felt uncomfortable at Buckingham Palace. Probably because I bet you people come to the B&B and also do that, like take a picture in front of someone else's property or whatever. Maybe she has weird feelings about that. I feel like that's where that comes from. And of course, you can't go to London without seeing Big Ben and Westminster Abbey. Such beautiful and amazing architecture. The whole day was filled with amazing sights and good local food. So excited for the rest of the week and the amazing sights, experiences, and conversations in store. Okay, and now let's go to day 2, shall we? London, day 2. Started off with business building, by the way, I'm so excited for mine, and training with the amazing Danelle Delgado. From that too, please bring Mary into the spin-off conversation. And finally, an E! News teaser. They released a clip showing kind of the beginnings of the Janelle and Cody big fight scene. We're all definitely tuning in for this in episode 3, and the conversation is a lot about the boys, and Janelle is really standing up for herself here. She's triggered by Cody putting the blame on her and explicitly telling her, you know, this is on you, Janelle, which is of course not true. So Janelle says that Cody should call the boys and talk to them. Why is he putting her in the middle of everything? She says he's the parent too. Cody says the phone goes both ways. Okay, but I mean, Cody's the parent. I would not expect my kid to call me to resolve things. That's kind of weird. Janelle says, you always flip these things on me. And he says, it belongs on you, Janelle. Oh, dang. Janelle was not ready or did not want to accept that at all. She then says, why does it belong on me? Why does it belong on me? Oh no, like things are going, you can see things are going downhill from here. And he says, because you didn't support my stand when we had the virus rules. I mean, biggest eye roll ever. This again? Can we not about the rules? I just cannot. The dang rules about wiping your mail. I mean, come on. Janelle says that he had told her at the time to choose her loyalty or she wouldn't have a husband. So she says, what am I supposed to do? Choose between you and my children? Cody says, you're gaslighting me. And Janelle says, no, you're gaslighting me. Gaslighting is such a buzzword right now. I don't even know. And Janelle is like, whatever I did, it just was not good enough. And then that clip stops, but we know things escalate, and I can see how. Now it's another clip. Okay, so there's so many teasers, it's really hard to keep track, but there's actually a clip posted, I think it's anyways, on another website, and then it links to a TLC clip where Cody says this felt different. She says that, if she's going to start fresh with Cody after the separation, she wants it to feel more like a couple. And we all know watching this that Cody treating Janelle like a real husband should ever again is a pipe dream at best. So now I'm thinking, yeah, probably not going to work. Cody denies that he's been at Robin's more before COVID. He says that he had a schedule and everything was intact. The next part of the conversation is actually really irritating to watch because it kind of seems like they're trying to make Christine seem like she did get great treatment from Cody and that she's crazy for thinking she didn't. Mary says that she recalls one time when Christine got tons of presents for Christmas from Cody, but he had gotten Mary anything. How rude is that? Why share this story though? Why are they making it seem like Christine didn't have a good reason to leave? Mary says that she has a secret. She says before Robin was in the picture, her relationship with Cody was a roller coaster and he kept telling her, I'm with you all the time. I see you more than all the other wives. So she kept track of when he was with her. And it was less than 1/3, so she was even more upset. And Robin says, oh, you know what? I have that same secret, but she only tracked how often Cody was with her for a 1-month period that everyone admits he was at Christine's more. Pretty selective time period to track, very convenient for this whole narrative, I'd say. What about the other times? What about the other times? Cody says that comparison is the death of joy. Then there's a long-winded clip showing Robin and Cody tried to explain that in Vegas, he was actually in an office at Robin's house or in her garage, which means he wasn't really at Robin's house all the time. Makes no sense. Robin even says, "My kids struggled like crazy," saying Cody wasn't around. Christine says that he'd come towards her since like season 15 have been brutal. It's just too bad that they divorced back in the day because Mary could get alimony from him or something. The whole divorce thing was such a bamboozlement. The manipulation of the century, maybe even. And I guess the big season in season 18 is a blow up between Janelle and Cody in her apartment. This is definitely going to be a big moment. It was in both teasers and they're so focused on it. So in the trailer or teaser part 2, we see Cody straight up gaslight Janelle, saying that she cheated him out of his family. Ugh, oh my god. And with the Christmas tree in the background, Janelle says he's pushing her out of the door. And he's like, that's an exaggeration and a lie. I mean, viewers, unless the show is completely inaccurate, everyone's gonna see Janelle's point. Everyone's gonna be with Janelle. We've seen evidence ourselves with our own eyes. And Janelle is like, you're manipulating. And Cody storms out. Janelle tries to make him stay. She then swears at him. And then she's so angry, she tells the crew, shut it off. And her face is just like, she breaks the fourth wall. She looks livid, but this does not look staged or anything like that. That is real. That looked real. Anyways, now let's see if we can learn even more about the new season from the press release that TLC issued with a synopsis of the season. So it said, Cody is still grappling with the fallout from his divorce with Christine, and he is struggling in many of his other relationships. Christine, however, is learning to love who she is on her own by planning trips and celebrations along the way. No mention of Christine dating here. When does David come in? Please tell me. I want to see Cody and Robin's reaction to that. Yeah. Robin is the only wife secure in her marriage, yet devastated that her original dream of a big, happy, polygamous family is falling apart. They give a rat's ass. And Robin has been begging Mary to stay for so long. I think this is probably the scene where Robin loses it. So Mary plans to spend more concentrated time at the B&B. She doesn't really say that she's never going to be in Flagstaff or anything like that. She says she's not leaving the family and she's not leaving Cody. But the whole thing is just very sad. Mary says that she's never had a conversation with Cody about their relationship and how, it can probably never recover, but she's heard him say things, basically probably in confessionals, because he does say that in confessionals at every opportunity. I'm just happy Mary's finally leaving. She's not fully admitting to leaving, really. She's just saying she's moving her business. But this is a clear step in the right direction. Let me know what you thought of the episode, Sister Wives, Season 18, Episode 5, in the comments. Bye, guys!
I don't think he understands how easy it would be to fix this. All he needs to do is, see his kids, make phone... Oh my gosh, it's just...
Let's talk about the sneak peeks for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 5. This episode will be called When the Going Gets Tough. I also have a spoiler for Episode 6. In the new teaser from Entertainment Tonight, looks like Christine drops by to check in on Janelle, and Janelle is actually considering moving to Utah. She says she could join a church there, maybe, but she's not really sure because she still has kids and attachments in Flagstaff. She's kind of stuck between both worlds and, is at a standstill. She says that plural marriage, when couples don't get along because they don't really believe in divorce, it takes a lot for them to get a quote-unquote release. So, yeah, I guess Janelle's probably going to take more time than Christine did. Christine is fuming mad that Cody did not visit Savannah or invite her over during Christmas, almost in a way to punish Janelle. I mean, to me it seemed like. He lives half an hour away, she says, and comes into town. But Savannah actually says in the save, Garrison says that the text thread was the point where they stopped caring, and Gwen is like, if we had a face-to-face with Robin, she would probably manipulate us and cry. Okay, so it's getting savage. There's a lot of I think they might be showing them these scenes in confessionals, and they're just fighting back. And on that note, it's Avalon, Mykelti's daughter's birthday. They just shoved that scene in there, and her party is at Robin's house. Cody just loves how Mykelti is warm to them. Apparently, Tony loves Robin. They're connected, and they get each other. And I had no idea about this. And Robin says he's a good kid. And they start talking about how Robin saved Mykelti from her siblings being mean to her or something like that. But again, we've heard this before. This is not a new fact. Christine's Flagstaff friends now are celebrating her anniversary with Cody. It would have been married since 1994, so almost roughly 30 years. These are moms that she had met through Isabel, and Christine says you have to find a new identity when you're divorced, and it's super important to find good people. Cody calls in the middle of the conversation, which is super weird because it's their anniversary and he obviously knows that. And she goes on for a little bit about how, she's a big fan of divorce. She says, basically, if you think you need to divorce, do it, She highly recommends it. And I think Christine feels liberated. It's almost like she was in a prison and now she's free. It just, for her, definitely was a good experience to divorce. The nosiest friend at this dinner asked Janelle how she is hearing what Christine is saying. And Janelle says that it does not bother her. She doesn't care, and she doesn't feel much loyalty to Cody right now. Janelle tells them that things are pretty okay with Cody. She just met them, and she's just not the type to spill the beans, so she's definitely holding back. And Christine says that her tipping point was that he wasn't being a good dad to her kids. Cody says in a scene that Christine basically forced herself in his life, and he does say something in the towel on Coyote Pass. Of course, it's more complicated since she separated from Cody recently. For many years, Janelle has desperately tried to move things forward and make her fantasy of having greenhouses and building a house on her parcel of land a reality. She had her house drafted. No one seemed to care, by the way. She lived in a trailer on the property to have a presence there and sacrificed not having electricity. Literally lived off grid. They still didn't pay off the land at the time, and there's no indication that it's paid now. According to Janelle, money was going to other things. They just didn't seem focused like they were for building the houses in the cul-de-sac in Vegas, in my opinion. Things have changed, and Janelle seems content with her new place, by the way, with a patio, and she will be taking her trailer elsewhere this year. She said, "The place I'm living now has a great patio. I've always wanted a great patio where it wasn't so blazing hot, Vegas, so you could sit outside. So I splurged on some patio furniture this year, and I'm loving my coffee on the patio this cool, peaceful Sunday morning." And for those wondering about the trailer, stay tuned. I actually have put it in a seasonal space this year and will begin the adventure of managing the trailer as an independent woman. At least it has hookups this time around. It's always been something I wanted to do. As they say in the movie Fried Green Tomatoes, Tawanda. The Tawanda reference basically is something you say to feel empowered. And no empowered woman wants to live next to their ex, let's say on Coyote Pass. So Tawanda, Janelle, Tawanda. Also, Janelle gave a lot of money from the sale of her house in Vegas to Robin and Cody for them to buy their almost $1 million house back in 2019, which was shocking to hear, honestly. She could probably use the money from the land to get a house of her own, just saying. Cody bought Coyote Pass in 2018 for $820,000 with the intention of for Robin this season. And there are a lot of looks throughout the years that Janelle she just can't hide it. I mean, it is what it is. And of course, Janelle threw shade at Robin at the tell-all this season, saying she's so tired of quote-unquote Counselor Robin. Oh, your pain, your pain. So yeah, it just feels like Janelle's even more angry at Robin for everything now. So it is what it is. The feud lives on. I don't think we should ever expect these two to be like friends or anything like that. And I hope you enjoyed my Sister Wives, Janelle and Robin in-depth report on their ongoing frenemy feud. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching the whole way through. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye guys! This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 12. In this episode, Christine throws a party, Janelle and Cody get awkward in her new apartment, and Mary turns her life into a tree metaphor. Oh, and Janelle uses the term poop in a group, and no one knows what that means, like at all. I've looked it up. I mean, what does that mean? First, Christine is having a 50s birthday party for her 50th birthday. There's a food truck. So many kids showed up to celebrate. We see Aspen, Peyton, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, Mykelti, Isabel. Truly, Christine loves being single and admits to dating, but for quote-unquote fun. Janelle supports Christine dating. She knows that Christine has been looking for a good partner for so long, and Cody just wasn't fulfilling that at all. I mean, at all. No, now hold the phone, because we learned that Mykelti told Robin and Cody first about the fact that she was pregnant with twins because she needed help, apparently, whatever that means. I think we all collectively cringed inside at the screen when she said that. Telling Robin before your mom, Mykelti, Coyote Pass seems like still to this day, and about 5 years after they moved to Flagstaff, nothing significant is built there, and the whole thing has just, in my opinion, just fallen apart in the saddest way. Hopefully, they address this on Season 8 and we find out the fate of the property. Coyote Pass is just sitting there, and literally, we've been watching 4 seasons of Coyote Pass storyline, perhaps for nothing, who knows. I feel like they're not selling it yet because maybe it's embarrassing, quite frankly, and it's just so depressing that their dream, might be done on that property. So who knows what's going to happen. Stay tuned, everybody. There's also the controversial fact that perhaps Robin just owns a bigger cut of land. Yes, that's right. Not only is Robin the favorite wife, she also seems to have the most assets of any wife on Coyote Pass. This was reported by multiple blogs and I believe Celeb Talk Guy, who had done a divvy up of who owns what. And after Christine left, apparently the stat that was reported was 52% owned by Robin, which kind of seems crazy because not only does she then have $1 million house that the wives basically help pay for, and it's crazy that she also has the most assets on Coyote Pass. Make sense, right? Like, doesn't that seem unfair to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to my Coyote Pass update. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives news updates, what have you. Bye, guys! This is a Sister Wives update for April 2023. Let's catch up with Christine, Janelle, Mary, and all the big family drama this month. So this month, Christine's fiance David threw shade directly at Cody. Janelle crashed Garrison's birthday party. The way Cody can fix it to make it better has to do with the boys. He's just not getting that, and it's almost like they're speaking different languages, so it's kind of an uncomfortable meetup. He says, I don't think Janelle's in love with me. She thinks I'm hot with my pecs and whatever. The minute he said I'm hot, I just stopped even noticing what he was talking about. Ew, just ew. I've literally never glanced at Cody's pecs, for the record. I mean, have you guys? Does he have good pecs? What is he talking about? Robin says she didn't want an apology from the boys, and she doesn't know why Cody's asking for an apology. He keeps using the word transmute over and over, maybe to sound sophisticated. I don't know. I think I want to transmute out of this episode at this point because I don't know what's going on. Janelle asks Cody straight up if he still wants plural marriage. She says, sometimes I can't tell. And I feel like he keeps dodging the question. Janelle says, I'm not going to be with him if he doesn't want to be a father to my kids because of a disagreement. Facts. What type of parent writes off his kids over a disagreement no matter what age, right? I don't get this whole, I care about them when they're small, but when they're big, I don't care anymore. What? I don't understand that. Cody says that he needs to figure out plural monogamy now, a husband with two families that don't interact, because Janelle has no interest in interacting with Robin. Cody thinks that Janelle wanting to separate for a bit is a punishment way beyond the crime. The crime is not being a good parent to her kids, so the crime is pretty big here. I mean, if we're saying it how it is. Janelle brings up that she doesn't have an estate, and Cody says that Janelle has the same assets as him. Is that really true, though? I feel like it's not. Cody says this sounds like it's about money for Janelle. He's not getting it. She's just trying to say she doesn't feel safe with her financial situation. It doesn't feel like it's fair. And Cody says something like, our house is the family's house. I mean, no, that's everyone's doing their own thing. But I have never seen or heard of a 7-year-old who still has a pacifier. Never seen it. Never seen it. So let me know in the comments if this is something that you've seen before. Janelle's in a vacation rental with her boys and Savannah. There is this sadness that Cody's not showing up. And Janelle actually told the kids that they had a fight and that things were not well, and the kids were not surprised. Savannah says that Christmas was quiet but kind of nice, and Gabriel actually enjoyed it more than he thought. Cuts to Cody that says that Janelle is out of sight, out of mind, and that my loyal wife wants something special, so I'm blocking everything else. Of course, emphasis on loyal. Cody just does not give a you-know-what anymore. The gloves are off. That was such shade. Since when is Janelle not loyal? I don't know. Anyways, they're having crepes, and there's this way too long segment about what Cody puts in his crepe. He calls it a French burrito, and it's disgusting. Did not need this fluff. Nathan and Cody now go on a drive with no destination. They're just driving around, and trust me, it kind of gets dark. Nathan says that his wife and Mary are sisters. Actually, we knew this. He's had 2 wives. The second wife actually ended up leaving him. So Cody and Nathan are bonding over this. Cody wonders if he can adjust to having a smaller family. He says, "Can I be monogamous?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, you still have a big family no matter what happens in your marriage. Like, you have all these kids. It's not like you have a smaller family. So I don't know really what he means here. He says that he courted Robin and Mary, but he had requirements for Janelle and Christine because they asked to be part of the family. "There will be other wives and you will be committed to me," were the requirements, I guess. And bam, during the episode, Christine came in hot and posted this to her Instagram. It said, "It's really nice to be with someone who doesn't have any special requirements before we get married. I love being loved for who I am." Something about how she's gonna have bad karma or something. It's just terrible. It's so toxic what they're saying about each other, and it's just, oh God help us. Like, where are they gonna go from here? It's bad. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18 Episode 9. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys!
A bad sister wife is someone who just monopolizes the husband so he has no time for anybody else.
A bad sister wife takes her kids away from her husband. And that's exactly what Christine has done.
Here are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18 Episode 10, and I saved the best for last. Teaser number 3 this week is definitely the juiciest. So let's get to what Janelle, Cody, Mary, Christine, and Robin are going to be up to this week. Teaser 1. Christine and Janelle are having coffee, and Janelle blurts out that she would consider polygamy again, and that she likes polygamy. Ew, wait, what? How can she like polygamy after everything that just happened? And Christine is just so far away from that place in her mind. In her face, she's just so confused by what Janelle just said. Janelle is not in the space yet of admitting that maybe polygamy is not all it's cracked up to be. She just likes her independence. But she says that it would have to be one of those things where you look at someone and think, oh, I know that person, like she had with Cody. So Janelle wants another Cody? I'm so confused. Christine says that if she had a soulmate who was a polygamist, she would not do it anyway. So very different viewpoints here. Christine calls Cody a monogamist now, and Janelle agrees. And this is the first time Janelle's agreed with that fact. And she says that maybe a while ago he slipped into monogamy and just tried to keep up with his responsibilities with the other wives. Just slipped, like slipped on a slide, slip on a banana, just slipped into monogamy. No big deal. Teaser 2. It's Easter 2022. Janelle. So first, let's talk about Father's Day shade and how much shade is okay on Father's Day because Cody got roasted bad this year. Christine posted a series of pictures of David with her kids for Father's Day and wished him a happy Father's Day, not Cody. She had said, "Happy Father's Day, David. I've watched how loving, compassionate, and present you are with your children, and I love how you've shown that to my children as well. You're truly showing up, which is what is most important." Of course, the elephant in the room is that she completely ignored Cody, the father of her 6 kids, who she has previously accused of, not showing up. So, yikes. Here's some of the top comments on that post. Happy Father's Day. Cody is somewhere punching the wall right now. Dang, if that ain't a big ol' middle finger to Kody Brown. And my personal favorite, Kody's last kidney may need CPR. Hopefully, his best customer can help. Technically, Robin said he's her best customer, but extra points for that reference anyway, I say. I mean, to the point where I honestly kind of felt bad for him. So, before I proceed, don't forget to like this video right now, and then I'll move on. Thank you! Okay, so meanwhile, Paedon, Christine's son, who has been absent from social media posts actually lately, posted the weirdest post of all time on Father's Day, actually. I'm not even going to show the picture because I'll probably get flagged or the video will get taken down, not going to lie. Let me tell you, it's Paedon's coworkers. Let's not forget he's a bouncer at a strip club and they are operating a car wash, so just imagine. So, very weird, not on my bingo card, and someone in the comments said, the irony you're posting this on Father's Day and not posting about your father isn't lost on me. And Paedon actually replied, finally, laughing face. So, I guess that's the irony he was going for, but I don't know if that really landed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video and comment with your thoughts. And this was an August 2023 Part 2 update for Sister Wives. Bye, guys! This is a Sister Wives update for August 2023. Huge month of drama for Robin, Janelle, Kody, Meri, and Christine. Season 18, People Magazine interviews, wedding drama, European trip, mom shaming, and guess which one said she actually would consider polygamy again? I know, crazy, right? So before I start, please like this video right now and subscribe to my channel. So let's start with Christine Brown. Christine this month released her official engagement pictures with David. They look all loved up in the pictures, and Christine continues to do things she was not able to do with Kody at all, because we all know Christine and Kody barely dated, they just got married, and Christine had called their wedding sad, she hated her dress. So it's time for Christine to have some redemption, some time to shine, so she's doing all the wedding things as she should. Christine revealed to People Magazine that she met David, by the way, on a dating app in October 2022. So, not even a year ago. This month, before the big premiere of season 18, Christine and her daughters, excluding Gwendolyn and her son Paedon, vacationed all over Europe together in Ireland, Scotland, England. Mitch, Aspen's husband, and David joined as well. They even went to Wales and fed alpacas. Like, they did it all. It looked like an epic European vacation. And not sure if this was filmed for the show, but I mean, why wouldn't it have been, right? For the trip, Mykelti actually left her baby twins and daughter Avalon with Tony in Utah and had a child-free vacation, which, by the way, good for her. And to keep up her milk supply, she pumped breast milk throughout the vacation and got immediately shamed for posting this. She has said, "I'm on holiday without my babies. I'm pumping to keep up my supply. I can't donate it in the country. I'm gonna give a rat's ass." And Robin has been begging Meri to stay for so long. I think this is probably the scene where Robin loses it. So Meri plans to spend more concentrated time at the B&B. She doesn't really say that she's never going to be in Flagstaff or anything like that. She says she's not leaving the family and she's not leaving Kody. But the whole thing is just very sad. Meri says that she's never had a conversation with Kody about their relationship and how, it can probably never recover, but she's heard him say things, basically probably in confessionals, because he does say that in confessionals at every opportunity. I'm just happy Meri's finally leaving. She's not fully admitting to leaving, really. She's just saying she's moving her business. But this is a clear step in the right direction. Let me know what you thought of the episode, Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 5, in the comments. Bye, guys!
I don't think he understands how easy it would be to fix this. All he needs to do is, God, see his kids, make phone. Oh my gosh, it's just.
Let's talk about the sneak peeks for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 5. This episode will be called When the Going Gets Tough. I also have a spoiler for Episode 6. In the new teaser from Entertainment Tonight, looks like Christine drops by to check in on Janelle, and Janelle is actually considering moving to Utah. She says she could join a church there, maybe, but she's not really sure because she still has kids and attachments in Flagstaff. She's kind of stuck between both worlds and, is at a standstill. She says that plural marriage, when couples don't get along because they don't really believe in divorce, it takes a lot for them to get a quote-unquote release. So yeah, I guess Janelle's probably going to take more time than Christine did. Christine is fuming mad that Cody did not visit Savannah or invite her over during Christmas, almost in a way to punish Janelle. I mean, to me it seemed like. He lives half an hour away, she says, and comes into town. But Savannah actually says in the sides to call out something she sees right in front of her, and that is that Cody is wearing a new huge ring where his Claddagh wedding ring used to be. Nobody wants to explain what this new ring is and how it got there. It's highly sus, and it's just not something they want to talk about on camera for some reason. Cody almost makes fun of Mary for bringing this up, but any woman would call this out. There's another ring where his wedding ring used to be. Like, what gives? Next scene is with Christine. She's visiting Garrison's new house that he bought himself, which is super exciting. And Janelle says that there's discussion about Gabe and Gwendolyn actually moving in as roommates. Christine says she's kind of reticent about Gwen moving in because they have very different political views and it sounds just problematic. Gwendolyn made a joke about needing a closet because she came out, and Christine just laughs so hard, and I can't tell if it's a nervous laugh or not. We finally do learn officially on the show that Gwen came out as bisexual, and we all know that she's married now, and I don't even think she ever moved in there, but I'm not entirely sure. Gabe says that the family just feels like everyone's abandoned ship in different lifeboats, and it's a good analogy, this one. This is Gabe's first confessional of the season, I believe, and he obviously got a haircut and looks good. Garrison quickly starts to declare that he's going to send them leases, and Janelle and Christine are co-signers, and so if they all get into a fight, they're still bound to pay rent. And Christine says it's about when they fight, not if. So she's not buying into this whole thing, and I doubt she ended up co-signing. Garrison's just out here trying to make some extra income in this economy, right? And the house is cute. It's a big accomplishment for him. Now we're back in Mary's house for this scene that will not end. And Cody's finally catching on that he's supposed to say, "Mary, stay here." And Cody brings up this random story about clothing racks, and Robin uses it to say, "See, people don't just remember old stories like that. There could be something." And she brings up scheduling time to see each other in Flagstaff, and Cody says water anymore, so it's not even actually a pond anymore. So it is what it is. They're having fun over there. It's like a little filler clip there. And Christine is frustrated because Cody's stringing people along. Janelle says, "I still have affection for Cody, but I need to grow." But Christine really thinks that he's stringing Mary along, he's stringed her along, and now he's stringing Janelle along. Mary says that it's easier for her to be at the B&B, and she's stressed out about everything. She just doesn't want it to look like she's leaving for some reason. So Mary says that she cares so much and wants it to work out with Cody, and this is something that he has committed to as well. And Cody said, he has not talked to Janelle in 6 weeks. and he's wanting to get back together with Janelle. So I'm not really understanding why, if you wanted to get back together with someone, you wouldn't talk to them for 6 weeks. So why would you do that? Make it make sense. Why has he not talked to Janelle in 6 weeks? Janelle says that, she feels fine with her decision. They have a covenant, though, that their marriage is beyond death even. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but she doesn't want to be married anymore. Christine doesn't think that Janelle's done yet with Cody. They talk about how Cody's not the same person anymore, how he used to be more courageous. Janelle says he used to be bold, dynamic, and now he's advocating for patriarchy. Like, what the heck is happening? Mary says this is not the happy-go-lucky Cody Brown that I used to know. He's just not who I married. And I think that happens to a lot of couples. The guy completely changes, it's a whole thing. And Cody says, you know what, we've all changed, not just him. Yeah, but I mean, even his eye color changed. I agree, though, that this is not the Cody Brown from season 1. Who is this person, even? We don't know. Mary says she's not buying that he's so sad about the family going downhill, because then why is he not doing something about it then? Robin says Cody's gonna do what Cody's gonna do. I mean, why is he not her trailer? If you liked Gabriel then, you'll really like him now, because he seems to be really stepping up to the plate for his mom. And also worth mentioning, Garrison's usually there too, helping, but Garrison's actually traveling in Italy at the moment. He went to Rome and saw the Colosseum. So he's on, I don't know if it's a solo trip or what. Janelle gave an update on her trailer and said, the trailer is ready to go for the summer. Yes, it took a few weeks. Some of it was finding the time to break away and drive up there. Even though once I hit the road, I'm always glad I did. Some of it is the self-doubt that still creeps in and tells me I'm crazy for breaking out of my routine and trying something really outside my box. Telling myself that it's hard, it's so much easier to stay here and to do the same old, but there is so much waiting for us when we step out. I wonder why we overthink and overworry the things designed to bring joy and offer even more empowerment. Tawanda. She's been saying Tawanda a lot. It's like live life to the fullest type of situation. All right, so good for Janelle. Good for Janelle. Very excited for her. Meanwhile, Christine went to Disneyland in California again with David, Truly, and Isabel, and they looked like they had fun family time there. She said, had a blast in California Adventure and Disneyland. Club 33 was awesome. Let me know what Club 33 is. I have no idea. Christine was just in California, though, a month ago, so she's repeating the trip, I guess? Last time she went to Universal Studios, so interesting that she's back a few weeks later, but this time with Isabel. Anyways, Fan did have a lot to say about 13-year-old Truly, and how she was kind of leaning away from David in a picture and looked bored in another picture. But I think people forget that Truly is 13, and teenagers all act like all sorts of ways in all sorts of moods all the time. So, and also, yeah, I am sure she's adjusting to having a new father figure in her life, like a stepdad. And also in the public, so everything's like her in this one too much. Take a look and watch it. And this completes my Sister Wives update for June 2023. Love you guys. Bye. Okay, now really, bye. I'll be back with more Sister Wives updates. Hi guys, this is a Sister Wives update specifically for Christine Brown in June 2023. Let's see what Christine is up to on social media this month. I'll review her posts and let's review some headlines about her at the end of the video. Some are crazy. Christine is actually currently with her fiancé, love of her life, David, in Nashville for a Plexus convention. She said under this picture, "Loving Nashville with the love of my life. We're here for the Plexus convention." And again, she tagged hashtag love of my life. Every time Christine calls David the love of her life, I just picture Cody somewhere like so mad about that, like a knife in the kidneys, right? Plexus is the company she sells for now with Janelle and Maddie. It's this like pink drink I see them holding all the time. And yes, I believe it's another MLM. Something about gut health. Anyways, Christine's not selling for LuLaRoe anymore. She actually announced it on her Facebook page the other day. Christine also got to spend time with Maddie and her kids this month. They traveled from North Carolina to Utah recently to visit, and they literally trucked all the grandkids together in this huge stroller. I mean, I'm sure it was super chaotic at times with so many really young little kids, but it's cute to see the cousins together. Love this picture of Aspen with all the grandbabies. They went to this butterfly world type of place, and also Evie and Avalon look so much alike. I didn't realize it, and a lot of people in the comments were saying the same thing. Now, let's talk about Christine's new house, because she showed off the views, and I'm pretty sure I can hear the angels singing. Sure. Number 4, Christine said that before Robin, she wasn't really ever jealous as much. She didn't mind when Cody was with the other wives. She liked it when he was with her too, and Cody was way more fair with his time back then. It's afterwards that, and she says he did go to her house on her nights, but after 6 p.m. But that's not the whole day. And they would see his car at Robin's house in the cul-de-sac. So really, Christine got only 12 hours of her full day. And Christine would get so mad in the cul-de-sac because let's say it was a Saturday on her day and he's not working, so why wasn't he with her the whole day? Why is his car at Robin's? It would drive anyone crazy. Number 5, Christine confirmed again that the straw that broke the camel's back for her was the fact that he didn't come to Isabel's surgery, which was major because he said he couldn't leave his family for that long, and Isabel saw that and said, "Aren't we not his family? Like, aren't I his family?" She couldn't really, it was very hurtful, so that was the last straw. Number 6, and then Christine opened up about intimacy with Cody. We've never heard anything about this in public ever because historically this was off limits with them on the show. Whenever a fan or anyone asked them anything about it, they would never answer this. And we learned in this interview that basically, for those who wanted to know, that Christine and Cody were intimate roughly like 5 times a year before Cody said he's just not that interested in doing that anymore. That's like once every few months, just to give an average or something, which I thought is interesting, you know? I mean, that's not a lot. Number 7, Christine's response to Robin wanting an off-camera conversation to let her know they want them to be happy. I mean, this was from the last part of the tell-all. Christine saw that and says, "Oh, Robin wants us to go, 'Your Majesty, you may have him now.'" And it's never going to happen, guys. It's never going to happen. There's just no way. Her house in the evening for her, and Robin knew it was going on. And she says, "I'm not going to trust someone who wants a family, but is okay with Cody being only at their house." Robin says that, you know, she tried so hard with Christine and says that her and Christine had potential to be really close, and she didn't understand why they couldn't be. And she's heartbroken by it, and she's crying, kind of putting the blame on Christine a little bit. So this is like a freaking smear campaign against Christine, this whole conversation, and I'm irritated by it so much. Christine says that the therapy sessions in Vegas, She says that Robin would deny that Cody was at her house the most, and Christine would have rejected her friendship anyway because, I mean, how can you trust someone that just lies to your face like that? And Robin's still doing it, and it is so irritating. I understand how Christine feels. Janelle says that Cody always implied that she needs to be a better sister wife to Robin, and Janelle thought that, you know, if this has to happen, it's really not going to work. She recalls a time when basically she had called Robin before they bought their house to kind of let her know that she thought it would be a disaster for their family finances. Robin had clearly told Cody about the conversation, and he held that against her later on. Robin starts to cry that Christmas was a cheap version of what the family used to be. She said, you know, she needs a reason why my family got blown up to smithereens. And okay, so next scene, they're actually planning Christine's 50th birthday party and who should be invited. You can probably guess who's not invited at this point: Mary, Robin, and Cody, because they just keep doing shady things like in this episode. Mary, meanwhile, is making big changes. She's going to move her clothing business to southern Utah, and she's nervous to tell Robin about it because, you know, Robin's going to think that she's leaving the family too. So she only told her BFF Jen. Mary says Cody's not in a relationship with the older kids, and nobody's buying that. Robin, we're not buying what you're selling in this scene, just saying. And Mykelti on her Patreon did say, I remember, that Janelle's kids were the favorites and that they had the most power, whatever that means. That's actually Tony that said that. And they were the most affected by Cody's weird parental behavior because essentially there was more to lose there. Christine's kids were less affected because they never probably had a great relationship with him. And that's sad. Garrison says in the teaser that since he last talked to his dad, he bought a house, a car, and got into school, and all these things happened without him knowing or saying good job, what have you. But Cody claims to be blocked by them, and Mykelti also said that some siblings have blocked him. So ding ding ding, we probably know who the blockers are. It's exactly who we thought, Gabriel and Garrison. Allegedly. In this case, though, is it fair to blame Cody? Because he can reach out, but, you know, they're not answering, they're blocked. So, anyways, just a thought there. Next teaser, it's Avalon's birthday. Mykelti brought Avalon over for a party, and Cody just gushes about how he loves that Mykelti is warm to them still. Cody says that he thinks it has to do with Tony. He says that Tony loves Robin, and Robin says that she and Tony get each other and that she really likes him. Did not know that, honestly. And we learned that Mykelti wasn't treated very well by her older siblings growing up, and Robin wanted to help, so she took Mykelti in and tried to really be a mom for her. So, I mean, that's nice. I have to give that to Robin, and so it all makes sense. Robin stuck up for Mykelti when no one probably really was, and so it makes sense to me that Mykelti would now stick up for her in return. This is kind of obvious in the on her Patreon, to me anyway. Teaser 3. Christine is with some girlfriends having wine and celebrating her ex-anniversary. So I guess Here are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 11. The episode is actually called Airing the Dirty Laundry. The teaser starts with footage from Mary and Cody's wedding. Remember when he sang for her at the wedding? And Mary is saying that they intended on marrying forever. I mean, just like everyone who gets married does, I guess. And that it was an eternal covenant. And also, let's not forget that Mary's mom was always a huge fan of Cody. In an episode where Cody brought all his mothers-in-law shopping, Mary's mom gushed about him on camera probably the most. Mary says, why would I want to just stick around with someone who really changed his mind about me? And that Cody is basically saying to her directly, finally, not only in confessionals, that he is done with their marriage, essentially. Mary still very much wants to keep a relationship with Cody and Robin's kids if they let her, she says. I'm guessing Robin's friendship, though, with Mary may take a nosedive after she moves on, because Cody will probably think she's a bad influence, just like he thinks Christine is, you know? So I don't know if I have a lot of hope for Robin and Mary's friendship. And so Mary said that she wanted to acknowledge all of this in public because they are public people. And Cody basically didn't want her to tell her truth. He said, oh, gee, you know, I'm getting so much criticism already. Let's just keep it between us. Okay, so Mary was supposed to keep the fact that she's single a secret so that Cody doesn't get more hate. I mean, Cody's already is like capped out on hate. I don't think this would even make a dent. So yeah, that's real fair over there. And Mary is firm in wanting to tell her story. And it is her story too. I completely agree. And she should be speaking out. Like, how is she supposed to hide this anyway? We all know. Like, we know. Next, Mykelti shows Christine her sonogram, and the fact that she's expecting twins, it's a big surprise, and it's supposed to be shocking, but Mykelti's twin boys are almost one, I think, so it could be her nephew. We don't know. It could be the man's baby, but obviously this sent Sister Wives fans to crazy town trying to figure out if Isabel is dating someone with a child. Like, we need more details just so, you know, because we're driving ourselves crazy, I guess. So now let's go to Truly. So Truly is also on the European vacation. She's living with Christine and David in their new house. And anyways, they're fixing the yard. They're constantly fixing it up, and it's going to look really good, their backyard and all that. So yeah, we'll probably learn more about what the custody situation is between Cody and Christine for custody of Truly. I don't know. I just can't imagine it's going that well for some reason. And I don't know how many times Truly has gotten to see her dad recently. Now let's go to Mary's child, Leon. There are a few things to update for Leon. So for those who are unaware, Leon is now transgender and uses the pronouns they, them. Unclear how often Mary sees Leon, but they did see each other at Gwendolyn's wedding. I believe Leon and their fiancée Audrey live in Colorado at the moment, and Leon is 28 years old. There's just so much going on with the Brown kids, but overall, they're a great group, and they really have grown into amazing people. I hope you enjoyed this update about what the Sister Wives kids are up to now in August 2023. Definitely drop a comment and let me know what you think of all this, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye, guys! It is August, and promotion for season 18 of Sister Wives is in full swing, people. TLC released the new pictures for the new season, another insane teaser, a press release, and the description for the first episode. So for season 18, episode 1, there's a lot to get through here. So let's start with the pictures. The group picture is weird to me because Cody and Robin are at the top, almost kind of looking down at the other wives, and a lot of people in the comments asking Cody a simple question, like if he even still wants plural marriage, because she can't tell, and we can't tell, right? And so this must have been just before they separated, and Cody, I guess, will be continuing to just go in on Mary in his confessionals. He says that Christine's gone, things are bad with Janelle, and he doesn't know what to do with Mary. Like, poor Mary. And the sad thing is, at this point in the saga, Mary was still holding out hope. She tells him that. And Cody is just like, I don't even know why she lives in Flagstaff anymore. Like, what a douche. I totally get now why Mary is into the empowerment retreats and the quotes. I mean, she needs it. All the empowerment after dealing with someone totally disrespecting her. I don't know why he's so savage towards Mary in his confessionals. Like, is that necessary? Janelle's just like out. She opens up to Christine in the teaser that she doesn't want to be married anymore either. And Christine's reaction is like, what? Like, remember how for a long time, Janelle was like, this is Christine's journey. Cody and I are good. We're good. We have a good partnership. So yeah, it did seem like that was like a 180. I don't know. Maybe she watched footage from the previous season or something. And Janelle doesn't bat an eyelash when Garrison in the trailer or the teaser says, you know what, Robin? Have him. We're all grown and don't need a father figure anymore. So the kids have clearly joined like the anti-Cody and Robin movement. I mean, that's sad. And also, they do still need their dad as much as they say this. I mean, yes, they're grown, but I mean, I hope this is something that they can mend in the long run somehow. Like, I don't know how, but yeah, I'd like to see it. Mary, I guess, during the season, I mean, maybe someone told her what Cody was saying in the confessionals, but she ultimately, I guess, tells Robin and Cody that she won't be coming around as much and that it's not what she wanted. So kind of like her hand was really forced. And Robin now has a full meltdown on sides to call out something she sees right in front of her, and that is that Cody is wearing a new huge ring where his Claddagh wedding ring used to be. Nobody wants to explain what this new ring is and how it got there. It's highly sus, and it's just not something they want to talk about on camera for some reason. Cody almost makes fun of Mary for bringing this up, but any woman would call this out. There's another ring where his wedding ring used to be. Like, what gives? Next scene is with Christine. She's visiting Garrison's new house that he bought himself, which is super exciting. And Janelle says that there's discussion about Gabe and Gwendolyn actually moving in as roommates. Christine says she's kind of reticent about Gwen moving in because they have very different political views and it sounds just problematic. Gwendolyn made a joke about needing a closet because she came out, and Christine just laughs so hard, and I can't tell if it's a nervous laugh or not. We finally do learn officially on the show that Gwen came out as bisexual, and we all know that she's married now, and I don't even think she ever moved in there, but I'm not entirely sure. Gabe says that the family just feels like everyone's abandoned ship in different lifeboats, and it's a good analogy, this one. This is Gabe's first confessional of the season, I believe, and he obviously got a haircut and looks good. Garrison quickly starts to declare that he's going to send them leases, and Janelle and Christine are co-signers, and so if they all get into a fight, they're still bound to pay rent. And Christine says it's about when they fight, not if. So she's not buying into this whole thing, and I doubt she ended up co-signing. Garrison's just out here trying to make some extra income in this economy, right? And the house is cute. It's a big accomplishment for him. Now we're back in Mary's house for this scene that will not end. And Cody's finally catching on that he's supposed to say, Mary, stay here. And Cody brings up this random story about clothing racks, and Robin uses it to say, see, people don't just remember old stories like that. There could be something. And she brings up scheduling time to see each other in Flagstaff, and Cody goes on a tangent about how Cody is different now and that she doesn't feel steady anymore and she wants to keep sticking it out with Mary. And no, just no, like hard no. Really, you're gonna ask Mary to stick this out and suffer? Really? And in the next preview, this is by Us Magazine, it says, Mary Brown claims Cody Brown won't give a crap about her moving to Utah in Sister Wives preview. Probably accurate, to be honest. And this is more of that scene with Mary and Robin where Robin says she wants Mary around and Mary says she's scared. Mary says that, yeah, Cody won't give a crap, and she's scared that he'll interpret her kind of move-ish as the fact that she's leaving. You know, it would be perceived that way anyway. Robin probably should have said something like, well, I'll remind him that that's just not the case. But she just kind of stares with like a look on her face. And Robin does cry and admits that it must be hard for Mary to be waiting for Cody all the time. And here is my thought. Cody says he wants loyalty. Mary is offering loyalty to him. And, so aside from the catfish thing, which might have been really a deal breaker, but Mary's offering loyalty, and he does not care. And with People magazine, in their spoiler, Mary and Janelle now are eating at the same restaurant that we've seen in basically all the episodes. The one with the red walls, the Mexican restaurant. And Christine says that she initially didn't know how final things were with Janelle and Cody when they had the big fight over Christmas. Janelle says that she didn't even know how serious it was either, and Christine seems to think that Janelle's not done yet, that she still has a lot of affection for him. Janelle says that Christine thought that she was getting the raw end of the deal for a long time. Janelle says that if Cody changed, she would want a full marriage with him again, but that's probably unrealistic. He is who he is now, and they both agree that he's so different, vastly different, and this is something that's also obvious to fans. Even his eye color seems to have changed for some reason. It's funny that she acknowledges, it's like, hey, I'm a celebrity. This was from one of her Fridays with Friends.
To a Broadway show. We're going to go see 51st and 8th is what we're on. No, 49th and 8th. That's better. That makes more sense. We're on this road.
Do you know who I am? You never live tell where I am.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. No, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know. I thought she was like serious.
Are you on I need to train her.
Mary posted this about her trip to New York and also reminds everyone, as usual, to worthy up. She said, I spent some time at the Museum of Ice Cream in New York City this week. Such a fun and interactive place. Oh, and lots of ice cream. One of the activities was this wall where you can create and write messages. Let me share with you my message to the world. Worthy up, reminding you that because you exist, you are worthy. Yeah, this is like a new thing. Mary's like a motivational speaker now. And Janelle has been in Mexico. Actually, I think she's literally there now if you're watching it the day I post this. And in her stories, she's been posting what she's been up to. She's been at the beach. She watched a mariachi band. She's living the good life over there in Mexico. I don't know who she's with or if this is like a solo trip. I'm assuming this has to do with Plexus, a brand that she sells for, but honestly, good for Janelle. She probably wanted to take a break after that crazy episode aired of the big fight between her and Cody in her living room, and word on the street is that she had asked her kids not to comment on it. I mean, that's kind of what Mykelti alluded to, and she probably asked them not to watch it, honestly. Like, I wouldn't blame her. It's kind of awkward. Speaking of watching the show, I have a confession to make, guys. I joined Mykelti's Patreon. I'm her patron, pretty much specifically because I'd heard that she'd spilled some tea about that toxic text thread that caused a major rift in the family. So I had to investigate for all of us and also to support Mykelti. So I watched her live. Janelle cheated him out of contact with his family and that she was lazy about the rules. He angrily kind of gets up, puts his jacket on and pours himself water, then like throws his cup away or whatever. Then Janelle says, well, she starts to swear. And then, yeah, there's a lot of pointing going on. It gets really bad. There's a lot of finger pointing. At one point, they're both pointing at each other And then Cody kind of leaves and Janelle's still swearing, and it all ends with Cody storming out. So there's that. I feel like, I don't know, like, are the teasers like almost the whole episode? Because what is left? I feel like I just watched like so many teasers. Now let's get to, I guess, episode 4, which the description just dropped. And episode 4 is going to be called A Deal with the Devil. And it says, Cody confides in a friend who has also gone through a polygamous divorce, and he contemplates giving up on plural marriage. While Janelle is still reeling from the huge fight she had with Cody, the family once again celebrates Christmas separately. And yes, actually, it's true, because in December 2021, I actually made a video and I noted that Hunter was visiting Janelle and they were like playing games at her apartment, and I did not see them kind of all together as a family, and I was kind of like, that was kind of like a red flag. So there's that. Alright guys, so that's a lot. I hope you guys tune in to episode 3 coming up and that you enjoyed all the teaser action. So definitely don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with more Sister Wives content. There's just like a lot going on with Sister Wives right now. Alright guys, bye!
He plays nice while stabbing you in the back. The evil thoughts I had about you, you know, like, you know, but I was just like,
I have some spoilers about Sister Wives season 18, episode 2 and episode 3, and then there was a secret wedding, and we need to talk about it. This is a Sister Wives update for August 2023, part 2. So let's start with the teasers. TLC is just dropping. I was kind of hoping that there would be like a reconciliation by the end of the season. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think they're still feuding. Okay, so let's talk about the episode description. So it's called Don't Put All Your Eggs in One Basket. And it says, Christine is excited to celebrate her first Easter since divorcing Cody. Janelle says her life is also better without Cody, but reveals she would consider polygamy again. After learning Aurora is interested in a boy, Mary reflects on marrying so young. Wait, Aurora is interested in a boy in the next episode? Is this like the lighthearted storyline that we all kind of need to survive the episode? I'm surprised that Robin is even letting her kids film this season, because Mykelti did mention that she's just very overprotective, probably why she doesn't really like the cameras going in her house that much. But Aurora is getting a lot of scene time. She pierced her ears, now she likes a boy. I mean, well, good for Aurora. I mean, she seems to be doing well. Alright guys, I hope you liked my teaser analysis for next episode of Sister Wives. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe please to my channel. Pretty please. Alright guys, bye! Here are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 9, and at the end of the video, I'll talk about Gwen not attending Christine's wedding and what Mykelti had to say about that. Before I start, please like this video right now and subscribe to my channel. In the first teaser, Janelle talks about how Cody is having trouble with his older kids. We all know that. Janelle says that basically when they were younger, the kids didn't question anything, and now that they're grown and they question things, it's hard for Cody. I think that Cody forgot that kids still need a dad after 18. It's weird. Robin says that Cody's relationship with the older kids were really good before the pandemic. Actually, she says with a lot of them, so not all of them. I don't know. She's essentially blaming Christine leaving for the demise of his relationship, to ask him about symptoms, but forgot that it was his birthday. All in all, don't understand why Cody isn't more attentive to his relationships with his older children. I mean, they're amazing. It was hard to see them not understand each other at all. Another son that Cody is kind of feuding with is Garrison, Janelle's other son, who also had a lot to say about the rules. Garrison argued that he also wanted to have a social life, during the pandemic, and Cody insisted that he should move out. But Janelle wanted him to stay home so he could save for a house, which is totally understandable. Any mom would do that. Garrison actually did buy a house in Arizona. He's a homeowner of a 4-bedroom and 2-bathroom home, so I guess Janelle kind of won in this case. Cody said at the reunion that he is still angry at the boys. He said, "We need therapy. I've gotten to the point where I'm so angry about what happened that we're not communicating, and I think they are too." Yeah, maybe a little bit of therapy would be helpful. I just, honestly, can't we all get along? I mean, some of these feuds are so historical to the family, they're long-standing, but kind of interesting to talk about. So I appreciate you guys watching the whole way through, and if you like this video, give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel for more Sister Wives content. Bye, guys! Today, we're diving into the world of Sister Wives and their land, Coyote Pass. There are a million reasons why Coyote Pass is a broken dream for Cody, Mary, Janelle, and Robin. Let's take a closer look at the property itself and the controversies. The Brown family's move to Coyote Pass has been an ongoing storyline on the show. The property is a stunning 20-acre piece of land with breathtaking views of the mountains and valleys, a place where the wives famously said they heard angels sing. Well, the angels are probably not singing anymore. Here are the many reasons why perhaps the Coyote Pass dream and the fantasy of it all is officially over. Janelle, the Coyote Pass certified #1 fan, seems to have thrown towards her since season 15 have been brutal. It's just too bad that they divorced back in the day because Mary could get alimony from him or something. The whole divorce thing was such a bamboozlement. The manipulation of the century, maybe even. And I guess the big season in Season 18 is a blow-up between Janelle and Cody in her apartment. This is definitely going to be a big moment. It was in both teasers, and they're so focused on it. So in the trailer, or teaser part 2, we see Cody straight up gaslight Janelle, saying that she cheated him out of his family. Ugh, oh my god. And with the Christmas tree in the background, Janelle says he's pushing her out of the door, and he's like, that's an exaggeration and a lie. I mean, viewers, unless the show is completely inaccurate, everyone's gonna see Janelle's point. Everyone's gonna be with Janelle. We've seen evidence ourselves with our own eyes. And Janelle is like, you're manipulating. And Cody storms out. Janelle tries to make him stay. She then swears at him. And then she's so angry, she tells the crew, shut it off. And her face is just she breaks the fourth wall. She looks livid, but this does not look staged or anything like that. That is real. That looked real. Anyways, now let's see if we can learn even more about the new season from the press release that TLC issued with a synopsis of the season. So it said, Cody is still grappling with the fallout from his divorce with Christine, and he is struggling in many of his other relationships. Christine, however, is learning to love who she is on her own by planning trips and celebrations along the way. No mention of Christine dating here. When does David come in? Please tell me. I want to see Cody and Robin's reaction to that. Because yeah. Robin is the only wife secure in her marriage, yet devastated that her original dream of a big, happy, polygamous family is falling apart. Hesitant to me. She didn't really give an answer, but Jen was quick to say, no more polygamy. And I cannot wait until Mary finds someone nice. That will bring me so much joy, honestly. And episode 12 is called can't see the forest for the trees. And this might be a reference to the whole tree debacle with Mary, who knows, but it says, Christine throws a 1950s themed party for her 50th birthday and admits she's dating again. Cody checks out Janelle's new apartment but realizes she's planning a future without him. Mary worries about big changes in her life with both the B&B and Cody. So a lot of change this season for sure. And I know the show is kind of dark this season. I'll fully admit that, but with some happy moments. I mean, the twins, Peyton's on camera, seeing some of the kids. Garrison is thriving and owning a house. I mean, these things are still positive for me. And stay tuned because I'll have the full recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 11 up as soon as I can this weekend. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye! This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 10. The episode starts with some gentle music and the Coyote Pass woodlands. So Janelle says that she's having an Easter celebration with Christine, and we learned something kind of weird that actually Cody had banned Easter for a long time because he thought it was too pagan. He insisted that they only celebrate Passover. So this is how it went for years and years and years. Mary was fine with giving up Easter, and so was Janelle. And when Robin came into the family, surprise, surprise, she wanted to actually go to her mom's house to celebrate Easter because the kids did celebrate it, and Cody didn't want her to leave. So Christine says that she had a lot of leverage and brought back Easter. So the Easter Bunny can thank Robin. She brought back Easter, and she also brought back earrings, remember? So Christine said maybe she had more leverage because Cody was in love with her. I don't know. Relationship with the older kids, and nobody's buying that. Robin, we're not buying what you're selling in this scene, just saying. And Mykelti on her Patreon did say, I remember, that Janelle's kids were the favorites and that they had the most power, whatever that means. That's actually Tony that said that. And they were the most affected by Cody's weird parental behavior because essentially there was more to lose there. Christine's kids were less affected because they never probably had a great relationship with him. And that's sad. Garrison says in the teaser that since he last talked to his dad, he bought a house, a car, and got into school, and all these things happened without him knowing or saying good job, what have you. But Cody claims to be blocked by them, and Mykelti also said that some siblings have blocked him. So ding ding ding, we probably know who the blockers are. It's exactly who we thought, Gabriel and Garrison. Allegedly. In this case, though, is it fair to blame Cody? Because he can reach out, but, you know, they're not answering, they're blocked. So, anyways, just a thought there. Next teaser, it's Avalon's birthday. Mykelti brought Avalon over for a party, and Cody just gushes about how he loves that Mykelti is warm to them still. Cody says that he thinks it has to do with Tony. He says that Tony loves Robin, and Robin says that she and Tony get each other and that she really likes him. Did not know that, honestly. And we learned that Mykelti wasn't treated very well by her older siblings growing up, and Robin wanted to help, so she took Mykelti in and tried to really be a mom for her. So, I mean, that's nice. I have to give that to Robin, and so it all makes sense. Robin stuck up for Mykelti when no one probably really was, and so it makes sense to me that Mykelti would now stick up for her in return. This is kind of obvious in the on her Patreon, to me anyway. Teaser 3. Christine is with some girlfriends having wine and celebrating her ex-anniversary. So I guess they dealt her emotions in that scene. Now we're at Robin's house for Christmas Eve. Mary is saying that everything's kind of weird. And I agree. She brought her lasagna. Robin has her Dickens Christmas set because Cody loves Charles Dickens. And Janelle puts Cody's gifts in storage because he's probably not even going to drop by. Since when does having a fight mean ditching your whole family and kids at Christmas? I do not get it. Robin is trying to repress the romantic energy between her and Cody for the sake of Mary, who says she actually feels like the other woman, despite being married to Cody first and, remember, bringing in Robin herself into the family. Remember, the story goes that Mary suggested that Cody dance with Robin at like some dance or something. Also, where is Leon? Did Leon not come home for Christmas? I don't get that either. Christine's happy not to be with everybody. She says she wants a chill and easy Christmas. Janelle is hosting her kids in a vacation rental, and Gabriel's there, so I love that. Gabriel says it's been hard. They've been keeping the door open, and some haven't. Garrison says they've reached out. The boys and Cody have two very different stories here. They keep saying they reached out, and Cody says he reached out and only got rejection. So, two very distinct tales. Cody says, Merry Christmas! And Robin's kids come down. It's Christmas Day. He got them all electric scooters, and he's hoping that they'll have fun with them on Coyote Pass. Okay. Robin thinks he's trying to compensate for the fact the family's not here. But wait, something is causing a stir online about this scene, and it's that Ari, who is at this point I think like 7 or 8, I don't know, appears to still have something in her mouth, a pacifier. So how, I don't know. I refrain judgment when she was like 4 and people were making a big deal about this. I still thought it was too old. I mean, I'm not looking to mom shame at all here. She kind of had a little bit more, I don't know, clout. I don't know. It's weird. It's all about perception, but it did shift after this happened, in my opinion. In a later season, I think season 15, someone had tweeted that Cody calls Robin love and that he didn't call any of the other wives that. It's true. He used to say love like 1,000,000 times per episode. And so Janelle responded on Twitter, and she had said, he calls me sweetheart. I wouldn't want to be called love. Oh, the shade. Not too shady, but like just enough, you know? This was back when they used to live tweet during the show. They don't do that now for obvious reasons. Clearly, Cody and Robin would get roasted on Twitter. Beyond this, in the later season, things escalated, I mean, for sure, between Janelle and Robin. There was one moment where Cody is working out in Janelle's garage with music, and Janelle says, you know, she needs something harder, like in terms of music. And she confessed that she actually likes Eminem and German industrial rock, which is surprising, honestly. And then in her confessional, Robin was so judgmental. Her face just looked so judgy. And, you know, in my opinion, I guess. But she talked about how when they were in Vegas, Janelle used to attend concerts and wore black t-shirts and heavy makeup. Robin was shading Janelle here and acting like a 1950s housewife. Like, who cares about people's music choices? Like, and, you know, the face she made was quite epic. In season 17, the feud escalated again up a notch. Fans spotted Janelle rolling her eyes at Robin during intense discussions about Christine leaving. Obviously, Janelle just sided with the boys in terms of their dislike of Robin and the belief that she had something to do with the rules Cody implemented when, you know, the virus was happening and they said you had to wash your mail or never see your family or something. It was pretty strict. And Janelle just never seemed happy to be even like sitting next to relationship with the older kids, and nobody's buying that. Robin, we're not buying what you're selling in this scene, just saying. And Mykelti on her Patreon did say, I remember, that Janelle's kids were the favorites and that they had the most power, whatever that means. That's actually Tony that said that. And they were the most affected by Cody's weird parental behavior because essentially there was more to lose there. Christine's kids were less affected because they never probably had a great relationship with him. And that's sad. Garrison says in the teaser that since he last talked to his dad, he bought a house, a car, and got into school, and all these things happened without him knowing or saying good job, what have you. But Cody claims to be blocked by them, and Mykelti also said that some siblings have blocked him. So ding ding ding, we probably know who the blockers are. It's exactly who we thought, Gabriel and Garrison, allegedly. In this case, though, is it fair to blame Cody? Because he can reach out, but, you know, they're not answering, they're blocked. So, anyways, just a thought there. Next teaser, it's Avalon's birthday. Mykelti brought Avalon over for a party, and Cody just gushes about how he loves that Mykelti is warm to them still. Cody says that he thinks it has to do with Tony. He says that Tony loves Robin, and Robin says that she and Tony get each other and that she really likes him. Did not know that, honestly. And we learned that Mykelti wasn't treated very well by her older siblings growing up, and Robin wanted to help, so she took Mykelti in and tried to really be a mom for her. So, I mean, that's nice. I have to give that to Robin, and so it all makes sense. Robin stuck up for Mykelti when no one probably really was, and so it makes sense to me that Mykelti would now stick up for her in return. This is kind of obvious in the on her Patreon, to me anyway. Teaser 3. Christine is with some girlfriends having wine and celebrating her ex-anniversary. So I guess I hope you guys enjoyed it though. Let me know what you thought of the episode and yeah, what you want Suki to ask, because yeah, her questions aren't the greatest. I have to say, I saw a petition asking that Suki be removed as host, and I feel like they've had better hosts in the past. So anyways, let's see what happens with all that. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye.
These are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18 Tell All Part 3. So I guess that's episode 17. In the first teaser, Robin is once again not offering very much in this tell-all. Her performance is terrible. She seems guarded and not trying to say anything interesting. She's crying a lot, obviously, this time about how she thinks Cody is self-sabotaging and trying to sabotage their relationship by picking fights with her. And Suki asks her, what are the fights about? And she takes forever to answer and says, stupid stuff. Welcome to Every Marriage, fighting about stupid stuff. Nothing too special or unique or mind-blowing about that, Robin. Robin says that they're reacting differently to the bomb that's exploded in the family. Robin is mourning, so crying all the time, basically, and Cody is angry. Tell us something we don't know. Like, please, can we skip this segment? She says something weird, though. She says that Cody is ready to go find whatever. Does that mean wives, like women? It's not clear what Cody is going out to find, honestly. Cody's extremely vulnerable in this segment. I will give him that. He's the opposite of guarded. He is unapologetically himself, and although I do want to throw things at the TV while he's speaking, I have some respect for that. He says he was sabotaging his relationship with Robin to punish himself. He even thought about what it would be like to leave Robin and find someone else. And he thinks that he would look over at the new lover and say, I don't love you. I love the person I left. And he was embarrassed about the whole whatever happened with his family, and he just...
Weird. To be loving and respectful to Cody, I want to say yes. But I don't know how this works. She feels like it's disrespectful to be happy with Cody. She cries and cries and cries about her commitment still to the wives, and she wants to have like a conversation with them off camera. She wants to know for sure that they want her to be happy. She's not convinced that they do want her to be happy with Cody at this point still, and the waterworks are just out of control. Or should I say, the no tears waterworks. It's next level crying. Suki asks Christine if there's something David does better than Cody, which is a messy question. She says David is observant to her feelings and will listen to her. And lo and behold, her king, David, comes out with his white goatee and seems kind of oddly comfortable on camera already, which is, surprising. He's not nervous, he's just there, and he handles himself like a chimp. Suki's bad interview skills, though, were on full display here. Her questions to David, I thought, were kind of out of line, or kind of something it's his first interview. David says that he was married for 20 years, he had 8 kids, and she passed away, and then he started dating again. And when he saw Christine, he knew about her, so he thought, okay, I'll just give this a try. And his daughter thought that he was being catfished. So he had seen the show, so it's not the case that he didn't know who she was. David says that he brought her to see a play at one point, and her reaction to the play, it was Little Mermaid, was so sweet that he knew that she was special. Suki asked this dumb question about physical attraction, like, so, how's the physical attraction? Like, really, Suki? And then she asks, do you have a thing for blondes, David? Suki has just kind of reached a new low for me here. I don't know, it's just so irritated with her line of questioning. They show the scene where Christine says that she's looking for the anti-Cody, a bald man with tattoos and motorcycles, and that she was hurt that Cody wasn't attracted to her all these years. Something about how she's going to have bad karma or something. It's just terrible. It's so toxic what they're saying about each other, and it's just, oh God help us. Like, where are they going to go from here? It's bad. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 9. Leave a like and a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys!
A bad sister wife is someone who just monopolizes the husband's way, has no time for anybody else.
A bad sister wife takes her kids away from her husband. And that's exactly what Christine has done.
Here are the teasers for Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 10, and I saved the best for last. Teaser number 3 this week is definitely the juiciest. So let's get to what Janelle, Cody, Mary, Christine, and Robin are going to be up to this week. Teaser 1. Christine and Janelle are having coffee, and Janelle blurts out that she would consider polygamy again, and that she likes polygamy. Ew, wait, what? How can she like polygamy after everything that just happened? And Christine is just so far away from that place in her mind. In her face, she's just so confused by what Janelle just said. Janelle is not in the space yet of admitting that maybe polygamy is not all it's cracked up to be. She just likes her independence. But she says that it would have to be one of those things where you look at someone and think, oh, I know that person, like she had with Cody. So Janelle wants another Cody? I'm so confused. Christine says that if she had a soulmate who was a polygamist, she would not do it anyway. So very different viewpoints here. Christine calls Cody a monogamist now, and Janelle agrees. And this is the first time Janelle's agreed with that fact. And she says that maybe a while ago he slipped into monogamy and just tried to keep up with his responsibilities with the other wives. Just slipped, like slipped on a slide, slip on a banana, just slipped into monogamy. No big deal. Teaser 2. It's Easter 2022. Said, what the heck? You wouldn't have a family. You wouldn't have your children. In the whole, how dare you type of reaction. And he thinks that he should have said something like, he knows it's hard and that he loves her. I guess he thinks he didn't show her grace in that. And Christine responds to that. I guess the producers told her what he said. And she says, no, it's not about polygamy. It's that I did everything he wanted and tried so hard. And when I needed him or his help, he said no. So that teaser was a lot. The next teaser is from Entertainment Tonight, and it's a conversation between Mary, Robin, and Cody. They're still outside, spoiler alert, so I guess they're really not filming inside of Cody and Robin's home at this point. I don't know why, it's not really addressed. Cody asks Mary, well, how do you want to do Christmas Eve, Mary? And Mary opens up that she has no idea because she feels like she's in this really weird position. She's not in the Cody and Robin married club. She's not in the Janelle and Christine friendship club. She just kind of feels like a third wheel that's kind of trying to make it work or salvage something. She says, I don't know what to do. Robin is thinking there could be a fight between the boys and Cody at Christmas, and that's scary. A physical fight, or is she scared they'll exchange words? I think it's scary that they don't talk at all, to be honest. I'd rather them kind of have some type of conversation, even if it is kind of a fight. I think maybe Robin knows that the boys will probably have words for her too if they come to Christmas. Maybe that's what she's scared of. Okay, so let's talk about Mary, because this is why I do feel really bad for Mary. She does seem like the odd woman out somehow. She has for a while, and she basically brought all of these women into her relationship now to be kicked out of the group like nothing. So no thank you. And everyone's talking about having a Janelle and Christine spinoff, but what about Mary? Is she being excluded much as well? She opened up about bullying in her family. Tony said that in Vegas, he had witnessed Mykelti being excluded a lot. Apparently, her two biggest adversaries in the family when she was younger were Leon and Madison, but later in life, they talked about everything and now have a great relationship. But honestly, poor Mykelti. So Tony says he doesn't find it far-fetched that Robin's kids would have been bullied and that they're quote-unquote soft compared to the OG3 kids. She also called out Mary in the tell-all. In the part where Mary kind of insinuated that she didn't cheat during the catfish era, and Mykelti said to the screen, you did though. She definitely considered that cheating in Mykelti's mind. So speaking of Mary, she just came back from Michigan where she spent Thanksgiving with her friend Blair and his family and friends. And Blair did say in her comments, see you in a few weeks. So moral of the story, Mary's friends are being there for her and are a strong support system during the holidays this year. Jen, her best friend, is also very there at all times. I saw in a live they did at the bed and breakfast. They were there with a bunch of other ladies with Worthy Up sweatshirts. Not sure if this was another retreat, but Mary promises that there is more where that came from in the whole Worthy Up thing she's doing. I would not be surprised if in 2024 Mary has a book coming out and she tries to be some type of motivational speaker or influencer. Let's just see where this is all going with the Worthy Up. And Mary dyed her hair red. I was going to dye my own hair red, and now I kind of feel like I would be copying Mary or something, but I digress. And sometimes when we change our hair, we also are making big changes. I feel a bit bad for Mary because she doesn't have many connections in the family anymore, and I'm not sure she even has that much contact with Leon. I don't see them together that often. She's kind of on her own island, guys. Like, what do you guys think about that? Janelle, let's go to Janelle now. So Janelle is in her element this holiday season. Watching just came out is just crazy and everything. I don't know whether or not to be happy that the show is back or literally cry because the family is like so messed up right now. I have a full video breakdown of the teaser and I'll link that in the description. But basically, there are two really explosive moments in the teaser that I'm sure made the cameraman like squirm. Janelle tells Cody to shut his effing mouth, and Robin freaks out in tears about, her dream of the porch and having her sister wives there with her kids and grandkids, which is kind of interesting and also makes no sense. I don't think she'd actually want to be on the porch with them, to be honest. They like never hung out in the first place. Maybe with Mary, but I guess everyone has a dream about like growing older and what that looks like, and that was it for Robin. One thing that I do want to see in season 18 is some type of confrontation between the wives and Robin. Robin has never really been confronted by the wives on camera, just kind of like talked about a little bit, And so, maybe things would be clearer if they actually had a real conversation between the wives, and maybe Nancy can come down for that. Remember their therapist, Nancy? Just saying, it may help. They might need reinforcements because, communication doesn't seem to be the best all the time between them. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the whole way through to my Sister Wives update for July 2023. Please leave a comment, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Bye, guys!
I wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives, with our kids and our grandkids.
Hi guys, it's finally here! The Sister Wives Season 18 teaser, or first look as they say, just dropped, and it's crazy intense and filled with drama. Everyone's angry, the whole family is just falling apart, and Robin is having a full-on fit. So let's break it down because there's a lot to talk about. Watch until the very end for the premiere date, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So the teaser starts with Janelle asking, Christine just wants Janelle to be happy, but it kind of does sound like Maddie was not really happy that she's going on this date. And okay, so now we're back with Cody and Mary, and Cody's now bringing up that Mary could build something on Coyote Pass, and I almost spit out my drink. Like, we're still talking about Coyote Pass. He then goes on about how he wants to build a barn for his cars with a loft and storage, and she could live in that loft. Mary is insulted. She doesn't want to be put in with the stuff he doesn't want to see anymore, like with the storage. I don't blame her. Wasn't she supposed to have a house there anyway? Mary makes good money. I don't understand why she needs to be in a loft. I thought he was going to say, stay with me and Robin when you're in Flagstaff, but he was only saying, stay in an RV, stay in a loft. Please, Mary's a businesswoman and deserves more than that. Don't go for that, Mary. Cody's actually making an effort with Janelle, though. He made reservations at the best restaurant in Arizona, and it's a secret. Cody has no idea why they can't reconcile. He doesn't realize that this would require an effort with their kids. I don't know why Cody doesn't understand that. And Janelle looks great, makeup on point, and she just wants to have a good birthday. Although Janelle seems like a giddy schoolgirl that Cody booked the best restaurant in Arizona. They ended up turning the cameras off because Janelle felt a lot of pressure, and I understand that. And she said that at one point during the date, she held his hand and it didn't feel right, so she took it out. But for Cody, he at least made an effort to make Janelle feel special on her birthday, and that's more than he would probably ever do for Mary. So they're in very different situations, I think. But we kind of all know how this is going to end. I don't think, the birthday is going to work for Cody's favor. Alright guys, thank you for watching my recap and reaction for Sister Wives Season 18 Episode 8 called Writing on the Wall. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. Thank you! Get ready because Christine is in town and she's cooking in Garrison's kitchen for like a special meal. The older kids are coming over to vent about the text exchange with Robin, and Garrison's gonna be super vocal and vulnerable in this conversation. So Savannah says that she sees Brianna, Robin's daughter, at school and they basically ignore each other in the hallway just to show you how weird things are. Brianna is, I have to say, taking notes from the Robin textbook because in her first confessional of the season, I think, she says she's shocked and confused about why they avoid each other. And she just starts to cry almost uncontrollably, like even more dramatically than Robin. Mary and Jen now, they're moving things out of the carriage house area. This is the area that's going to be renovated to fit all her LuLaRoe clothes, etc. So, and we also see that Jen is basically groping her own husband on national television as he assembles a shelf. I think Jen is acting weird because she's probably nervous on camera. It's the second episode of her, I feel, acting extra. Mary says that when there's a favorite wife, it doesn't work, and they've seen this before in polygamous families. Cody says that if there is a favorite wife, it has to do with loyalty. This is the same loyalty narrative that we've heard so many times. So, loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Gabe and Gwen are moving in with Garrison soon, and Christine still thinks it's a terrible idea, but they're not there to talk about that today. Truly is with Cody, and she's sleeping over there, we learn. Christine felt like moving away was the best way to preserve the relationship between them. Cody thinks that's a bunch of BS rationalization. I mean, it's an interesting take for sure. I'm interested to see what you guys think about that. Robin outright blames Christine leaving on the damage in the relationship between Cody and his kids. Cody said that he reached out to Gabe and Garrison, but he's blocked. But honestly, the damage started to be done during the pandemic before Christine left. Anyone who watches the show knows the timeline. Gwendolyn are like, what is up with that? And they say how he used to be bold and didn't let people control him, alluding to the fact that maybe he's letting Robin control him, and they don't like it, clearly. And now let's talk about episode 8's description. This is next week's, so this is a spoiler. It's called The Writing on the Wall. Cody takes Janelle out for her birthday and talks about wanting to start over. Mary reveals to Cody that she's moving her clothing business to Utah but not giving up on their relationship. And his reaction is worse than expected. Yikes. Oh gosh, so it looks like Cody wants to save the Janelle relationship, but still not Mary's, no matter how hard Mary wants that to work. I wonder how Janelle will be responding to Cody's birthday attempt, right? Like, I'd be curious to see if she falls for it or not. Alright guys, thank you for watching my teaser analysis for Season 18, Episode 7, and I'll be back with the full recap for the episode. This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 6. In this episode, Cody and Janelle have a really weird meetup. Mary plans her escape from Flagstaff, and Cody calls himself hot. Yes, really. The episode begins, and they're still flashing back, for God's sakes, to the big fight between Janelle and Cody. The flashbacks happen twice, at the beginning of the episode and in the middle. Like, how many times do we need to see this? It's etched in my mind at this point. It's winter, and Christine is having a Valentine's Day paint night with her kids. which means it's February 2022. We're moving up in the timeline a little bit. They're painting a tree with leaves to it. It's cute, and Christine is still such a mama bear, organizing craft activities for her kids after all these years. Christine talks about how awkward Valentine's Day is for polygamous families, and they kind of never knew what to do with it. Robin says it's tricky.